What a day, what a day, what a day.
Fucking tell me about it, dude.
Are you ready for this vortex freeze over the nation?
Dude, fucking I'm about it, dude. I'm ready to die, dude.
I'm ready for
Ready
that.
to fucking die, dude. And
Ready
you
to
know
take
what? I don't even
control.
have enough toilet paper to fucking last, but fucking let's go, dude. I don't give a fuck.
Is that what it was? Are people wiping out toilet paper again?
Dude, toilet paper, water, eggs. I don't know, dude. People fucking Mexicans are weird down here.
Oh, we are, man.
Yeah.
Then they'll kill
And then like everyone's like, my God, everyone else does it around the world, and like, no.
Dude, Adonis just messaged me and he's like super blown over with snow. We're not even gonna get that. It's gonna be a -10 in his house tomorrow.
Bro, I'm about it, dude.
Yeah, I'm for it. Let hell freeze over.
Yeah, dude, we need another plague. Fuck it.
What's up? What's up? Welcome back. It's another Sunday night here with the Average Boys Podcast. It's your boy Crispy, and I'm here with my co-host Trigger, getting ready for the next winter to come. We've already passed winter, and now we're supposed to be getting into like what? Spring?
Yeah, spring, like at this point, you know, and so like that's why I'm kind of just like, dude, like fucking let's go, dude. Like
how we
whatever.
just kind of fucking show up all flash late to the game and shit. You know what I mean? Like, you know, this kind of shit's supposed to hit us maybe midwinter, not like into the fall, into when shit's supposed to be normal. But I guess so. Apparently, just to let everybody know, we want to, you know, make sure everybody's safe out there. Tuesday
Don't take up all the toilet paper.
Yeah,
How about
Tuesday
that?
and Thursday. Well, Tuesdays and Thursday we're supposed to be hit with a pretty crazy winter storm. That's
Yeah,
supposed to drop
Tuesday.
our
Yeah,
temperature.
Tuesday, Wednesday is supposed to be in the 30s, like at the low in the 30s.
Okay.
The high for Tuesday is supposed to be in the 40s, and the high of Wednesday is supposed to be in the 50s.
So, like, I guess
So,
Tuesday's supposed
yeah.
to be like the max date, and then Wednesday is supposed to be better. Like we're supposed to kind of come off it.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be all right. It's not like. Do you think it's gonna be like that one year where everything kind of like fucked up Austin and San Antonio? Is that what it's supposed
That's
to be?
possible. It's possible.
Okay, so it should just be the coming around of that and the whole
Yeah.
like pattern of it all.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Because you got to remember, dude, like that shit was in the 40s. Like when that happened, it was like in the 30s and 40s, like
Yeah,
when
so-
that happened.
so it's
And
supposed
so,
to be
like, yeah, people were losing their fucking minds and
Yeah,
like
I heard about that. I think there was like 3 or 4 families that
froze to
brought their
death.
generators and killed themselves
Yeah.
inside their houses and shit. Their gas
Yeah.
generators. Guys, if you have a generator and it's an outdoor generator with gasoline and it has fumes, anything that has fumes that come out of it, don't fuck with it in your house, guys. Like, I mean, I know that they sell like what the camping butane torches that heat up the house and stuff, but it takes like a butane, the tank. Like, I think that's okay, but you gotta have what is it, like a glass or gas reader or some shit?
You just shouldn't do it in fucking side.
No. The one that you're supposed to, there's one that you can use when you go camping, and it's like it's for like a little butane tank, and you can use it indoors. Like,
Yeah.
but you're supposed to have like I don't know, like a fucking parakeet or whatever that's supposed to tell you, like in the.
I don't know,
mines-
dude. I used to use those in my Humvees, like inside, and I used to close that shit up. And just as long as like I popped the fucking, you know, the door open for like
Yeah, just a little bit,
2
right?
minutes, you know, like in the middle of the night, I was good to go.
Carbon
I also didn't
monoxide
die.
heater.
So
carbon
like, yeah,
monoxide
man.
heater. Yeah, so anybody that's out there, you know, prep and be ready. Like Trigger said, don't go crazy, but of course you're gonna have your stupid Mexicans that are out there buying up all the toilet paper, I don't know why. It's only 2 days, dude. Like, but I get it. Like maybe people just want to wrap themselves up in toilet paper because they can't afford blankets, or I don't know. The
Or
water,
put that shit in between their clothes or whatever.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, they're insulating and shit.
you know.
Yeah, just be careful, guys. If anything, like what we do for protection in situations like that is if it gets too much, we'll like get into one of our smaller rooms and use one of our like, you know, portable heaters or whatever. And it you know, a small little room, a portable heater will fucking dominate that shit. But Just a heads up, if the power goes out in your neighborhood or anything like that, and it gets a little too much, don't start fires in your house. Don't do anything fucking crazy. Like I know everybody sees those like get it like 8 candles and put fucking a clay pot on it, or don't do that kind of stuff. Just seek refuge, go to a shelter. There's going to be a bunch of them in the cities.
Guys, if anyone has a fucking like butane or like a propane like heater or something like that, or like one of those radiators or even one of those stoves, please be careful. Don't go crazy. I get it. It's scary. You know, you see a 3 in front of your, you know, temperature, you guys are going to lose your minds. I promise you, you're going to be okay. The body can withstand so much for a long time.
And just use a blanket, man. You'll be all right. Just cover yourself in
lots and lots of blankets. If you don't have lots and lots of blankets, go with a friend. If that friend won't house you, well, then maybe you should reevaluate your friends.
Yeah, reevaluate your friendships. If not, like I said, there should be some shelters around the city. You guys should be all right. Just be careful out there. Triggs, do you think there's a possibility we'll get some ice on the road or some snow or anything like that?
No.
You think we'll be pretty good? Even with the concept of like the black ice? I mean, a lot of people don't know about black ice.
Okay, black ice also needs moisture. We're not going to have any. Why? Because a Tuesday, what's going to happen that day? I'm saying, dude, Tuesday is going to be the coldest day. It's going to be the coldest day because it's also going to be windy that day. And there is a particular word or 2 words that people always forget about when they look at the weather, and that's called wind chill.
Yeah, wind chill.
It's going to be windy, so that wind chill is going to be lower. So bundle up, be safe, don't drive around too much. If you guys aren't used to driving in the cold, don't fucking drive in the cold.
Please don't.
For everybody who's like, are my kids going to have to go to school? Yeah, they're going to have to go to school. Sorry. Yeah.
You're going to have to get them some coats and some clothing. Like, you'll be good.
Some Magellan, some Carhartts, some fucking, you know, whatever the fucks.
If anything, like, do you think telling people, like, what's your take on this, dude? Because, like,
I love seeing the pandemonium.
Recently?
I love seeing the pandemonium.
The what?
The pandemonium.
Oh, yeah. No, I was going to say, have you been driving? Have you driven on the expressway recently?
Yeah.
Go. It's gross, dude.
Dude, what are you talking about? It's amazing. I get to work in 10 minutes.
Oh my god! Wait, what part of the expressway?
Well, from like far to Mission.
Oh no, I'm talking about like from Edinburgh to fucking Mission.
Brother, man, I don't go on the expressway from Edinburgh to Mission.
Yeah, it's the worst, dude.
Yeah. So what I used to do is I used to take University all the way up to Sherry, and I used to turn left and just go straight to work.
Yeah, that's kind of like the smarter things, guys. My take on this is, if you have an opportunity, try not to get on the expressway too much, especially during this type of weather kind of change. Try to do the back roads a little bit. You'll be all right. You'll be a lot safer. You know, a little bit of time extra, maybe even less time. But, you know, just like I said.
And for the love of God, if you don't know how to drive in the cold, don't drive in the cold. Like,
yeah, dude, pretty much.
I cannot stress that enough. Like, people get so fucking crazy when it's cold or when it's raining, and they're like, oh, cagando palo, and they're like, you know what, let's go, dude, full send. No, dude, if you don't know how to drive in the cold, you're going to hurt somebody. Stop doing that.
True that. All right, Triggs. So what's up, man? How was your week, dude? What do we got going on? What was your surprise for this week?
I have had a week, bro. A week. So yesterday I had a private party that I did for one of my customers. It was their birthday, and I got to play manager for the day. Nice. So that was pretty cool. So what I got to do was pretty much just babysit my dorks and pull them out of the weeds when they needed it. And that was about it. I literally did nothing, and I made like a lot of money. So
good stuff, dude. It's good.
Yeah. So like, awesome. Honestly, it was a great day. I had absolutely no complaints. All of my customers were happy. All of my customers were satisfied. They all ended up leaving us great tips. Dude, it was great.
Great. We got Christella and I are getting ready. She got invited for Gamers Expo to be a guest, and I'm making a costume this year. So
hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Bringing some heat, bro. Bringing some heat.
Hell yeah, dude.
Bring some stuff. I kind of keep it on the hush hush of what I'm doing. A couple of my friends know what I'm gonna do, but yeah, I'm really excited to what I'm gonna bring. I'm redesigning a character that's already kind of previously in the Marvel universe. He's been live action before, and all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tweak the design to something that I want to do, and
it's the Hulk. Don't worry about it.
It's the Hulk. I'm gonna paint myself so fucking green.
Right?
I'm gonna go emerald jade green.
Right? It's literally nothing else, just you in like one of those sumo thong things and and green, and that's it.
I'm gonna be a what was he called? Tiny Monster? Or what was it in the fucking crossover one? Little Monster.
Crossover?
Remember when they did the fucking they did the second Infinity Gauntlet with Gamora? Remember they fucking merged the worlds instead of splitting it in half? Instead of cutting half the universe, they just put everybody together.
In the amalgam.
They fucking made him the Ant-Man version of the Hulk.
I know, dude. I can't remember, man.
It was bad writing, dude. Bad comic writing,
dude. But you know what? We had what was it like? Nightclaw. It was Batman and Wolverine. Oh no,
that was a long time ago, dude.
Yeah, dude.
That was the DC and fucking
Marvel crossover.
No,
I thought that's what you were talking about.
Yeah, no. I'm talking about recently. They did Gamora's version of the Infinity Gauntlet. It was called like,
oh yeah, and she like murdered. Yeah, that's right, dude. I don't even remember, dude, because that story was so fucking stupid. I was just like, whoop.
That was like on the cusp of them trying to fix the all new, all different universe.
Yeah. Dude, honestly, that's me fucking like Gandalf, fucking who is it? Mr. Hogwarts himself, just
take that out.
Yep.
Drop that in.
I don't remember
memory shit. Get that out of my head.
Fucking Dumbledore or whatever.
But iterating to that, it's not really a part of our discussion. But how do you feel about Hickman taking over the Ultimate Universe again?
Fucking do it.
It sounds really good, man. I mean, it sounds pretty good.
My favorite.
Are you fucking are you caught up on it, like on the concept of what they just did with Spider-Man? Oh yeah,
the fuck I am, dude.
Yeah. No, but like, have you been reading or at least caught up with the idea of what's been going on?
Yeah.
Give us like a cool rundown, dude.
So they like brought back Peter Parker in like the most like upended way possible, but that's Jonathan Hickman's writing. Yeah. For those who do not know Jonathan Hickman and his style of writing, the Ultimate Universe is going to last for about 5 years. Yeah. And in that 5 years, it's going to be the biggest roller coaster ride that you guys can fucking possibly imagine. And when it's done, you're going to be like, I can't fucking believe that experience.
True that. Yeah. I'm really
this was the culmination of like 3 years of Jonathan Hickman writing before he even started this. Mm-hmm. And it was fucking amazing. It is by far my favorite Marvel story in the history of their publication is this.
That's why I can't wait for them to do a live action. And
no, no, it's not going to be like this. It's not going to be like this, and I'm so mad that it won't be.
Oh, you got someone in the comment section, Miller James. What happened to your room trigger?
A lot happened. Yeah, a lot. Brother, man, thank you very much, dude. One of my guys from Kansas, man. Thank you so much for shouting me out again, dude.
Yo, what's up? Emotional damage has happened to his room.
Yeah, the emotional damage.
But we're loving it. But yeah, so the Secret Wars and Jonathan Hickman all kind of came to fruition before that with the Fantastic Four series he was writing. And
so yes, it was, but like to me, it was like his forefront was Avengers and New Avengers. Like what he was doing in Fantastic Four was kind of him just like playing with the ideas and playing with the idea, because like if you really think about it, dude, like the Fantastic Four had very little to do, not very little to do, but wasn't as prevalent as you would think in Avengers and New Avengers.
Oh, hold on real quick. Moon Stomper, thanks for coming in the comments from Twitch. Right now we moved our show to Sunday, which we used to do it on Friday, which was a little bit more convenient work wise, but Brian is not available right now on Sundays because he's taking a night job and he's trying to make some of that extra grind. He's been on the show twice since we moved to Sundays, but it's kind of, the scheduling is kind of a little bit off, but again, much love. Last week he was at the Dallas Cowboys game. I know the Dallas Cowboys just played today and it didn't go as planned, but
that is being delicate.
No, but
That's being
you know what?
delicate.
Like, I understand how it can be, and I understand people will talk shit and do this stuff, but like, I believe they had a good run, right?
Yeah, no, they
Yeah,
did.
they had a good run.
They're
Man.
like,
I mean, they could have
so
been any
like,
other team that died out in the beginning.
yeah, no, and it's true because like where I was, and I happened to enjoy the game with like good people around me and stuff like that. But dude, I felt bad for Dallas fans.
A lot of people are putting that, and I was like,
Yeah,
wow,
dude,
like,
I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Like,
But-
dude, people started crying like where I was. I was like, shit.
oh no.
They were like, I'm gonna go to Stilettos after this. I gotta feel good about myself. And I was like,
I need to go to
I was
church.
like, yo, dude, like that's all on you, man. I'm gonna go home.
That's hard, man. But Moonstomper, thank you for jumping in. We appreciate you. Brian is still very much prevalent in the show. It's just scheduling wise has got him kind of caught up, but he told us that anytime he gets some time on, he's going to jump in. Last week he was going to jump in the show at the Cowboys game, but he said he's a little bit too turned up.
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't want to get on there and get everybody canceled and stuff. And I was like, yeah. What is
Trust
he
me,
doing?
man.
What's he doing with his hands? Who?
Don't worry about what I'm doing with my hands.
Oh, I was like, who? I don't know what that means.
Yeah,
But
don't
again,
worry about what I'm doing with my hands.
thank you for jumping in the comment section. We appreciate you, man. But I'm really, really excited for what Hickman's doing. We just got a good release of Spider-Man. He's rereading Spider-Man. So what happened in the comic books is the ultimate version of Reed Richards, who's known as
I was gonna say the collector, but I know that's wrong. The maker, yes.
yeah,
Yes,
the
yes,
maker.
yes.
He uses this big old helmet, super long, because he's got like an elongated skull because of the expansion of his brain and some mutation.
Well, yeah, and on top of that, he also has like a huge scar. Like, and he became a villain, you know,
Yeah.
In the Ultimate Universe.
Yeah, he became very imperialistic in the Ultimate Universe, but he was one of the characters that in that book that Trigger just brought up a little while ago. He was one of the people that made it in a life raft, which is like a vehicle that can kind of travel between the multiverses. And he was brought into our universe with a group of other people, Miles Morales, the Black Order, a bunch of different people. But
well, even
yeah,
before that,
apparently,
you know,
like-
like he was already led into our universe, like
Yeah.
by just happenstance because of just the way that the story was going anyway.
yeah. So when after Secret Wars, when everything was kind of put back to order, he was still here, and I believe they had him locked in like some super crazy like prison or whatever. And a couple of comic books.
Well,
ago,
he was also doing the Children of the Vault. You know, he was also really prevalent in
Beast,
that.
right?
Was
No,
Beast
with,
a part of that?
Sinister.
Yeah,
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 with the
yeah.
Sinister guy. Yeah. But yeah, he's kind of been in the universe a little bit, but recently he kind of made his throwdowns to try to make the universe, the Ultimate Universe, back. They had a couple of crossover comics, and then he went to Miles Morales, who isn't a part of our universe, who's part of the Ultimate Universe. Told him that if he ever wants to go back home, he can. Well, he ended up starting the universe back up. And in that universe, Hickman's already writing it. It's already seeming like really good. But in that process, like they have a Peter Parker who is married and has a child. No, two children. Yeah, he has two children. One of them named Richard, the other one named May. In that universe, May Parker died, and Uncle Ben is still alive, and he works alongside J. Jonah Jameson. Jen Jonah Jameson works alongside him at the Daily Bugle, and they're kind of like up there. And Jonah Jameson and him are like really, really
Buddies.
close friends.
Yeah, dude, they're like homies.
Yeah, and you know, Ben, you understand that Ben Parker's kind of like a hard ass, but like just like a good old fashioned like
Good old
John
American
Wayne
boy,
kind
man.
of guy,
Yeah.
John Wayne kind of guy. So yeah, it's very prevalent that Spider-Man was never a thing in that universe, but at the ending of the series, like something kind of pops off, and like how does it all come to fruition when he gets his like
Dude, it like
a ball or something that the daughter's playing with or something like that?
yeah, but like someone had spoken to him when he was a child, like when he was a teenager, and was just like, hold on to this. And like when it becomes important, like you'll get a sign that it's important. And so like essentially like the thing disintegrates and it becomes a vial, and that vial happens to hold the spider that
makes him Spider-Man.
Yeah, that makes him Spider-Man. And so like keep in mind he's also doing this as an adult. He's not a teenager when he becomes Spider-Man. He's like Yeah, I bet he's close to like my age or some shit.
And even in the concept of it, like the ordeal that's happening isn't in the same process. This isn't in factor of him losing like his inspiration to become better or anything. This is just a generic choice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but this is also Jonathan Hickman writing, and so like I'm all about it, dude. Like Jonathan Hickman could like fart on pages for 3 years, and I would be like, this is amazing.
Yeah, he's a pretty good job at kind of getting into that detail work, and it's very cool. It's kind of like what we've been wanting for Spider-Man for a long time, where like the idea of him getting older and maybe settling down and being a father and having like that marital kind of problems, like the way we used to.
But that like I really have to say, like, that's not exactly like something new for us. Like we haven't not seen that of him.
No,
so like when
course.
people are like, oh, I want to see this, I want to see that, I'm like, dude, like go read these specific stories.
But those are always
you'll see him as
based in one-offs. Like they're always based in
not always, dude. I mean, whatchamacallit, One More Day, it wasn't a one-off.
No, but that's when that purposely that writer wanted to destroy that other dude's arc, so he fucked that whole comic book up for him. And
She may be, but it made for some fucking great writing, and it's still canon.
I mean, I understand that, but the payout for Mephisto stealing like his love and the Mary Jane thing and all that stuff, that was real like crap, though.
While I can agree with that, I will have to say is that it did make up for some good story writing later on, like especially when he met the One Above All.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's not a lie, but like there was a lot of things that a lot of people didn't like because we had this really like nice organic movement for the character, and we always see Peter Parker when he gets like some type of like second life where everything is redone. He's always like married with a couple or he has a child or something like.
Or even think of House of M, dude. Like even in House of M, like he was married with a child, and you know, like everything was cool, and I mean he ain't a mutant.
Was he married to Gwen Stacy? He was married to Gwen Stacy. He had a daughter, and they were married, and everything was good. And then Wolverine or Cyclops had to go tell him like it's all fake.
I think it was Wolverine.
Yeah, and then
I think it was Wolverine.
Like, in reality, Gwen Stacy's actually dead, broke her neck. You killed her.
Yeah,
it's always been like
but it's kind of your fault, not your fault. Like, so don't feel bad about it.
It's kind of like a shit show for Spider-Man when it comes to ever like him trying to.
Dude, he's
love.
like Batman, but better. Like,
yeah, true that, 100%. But Hickman's story looks pretty interesting. We're going to get Spider-Man as a father, not as a teenager, you know, raising a child, being a superhero, being a family man. I think that's pretty cool. I mean, if you really think about it, like how many other characters are like Spider-Man if with a family dynamic in the Marvel universe? Like in that format. You know what I mean? That's kind of a cool idea, right?
Oh, dude. I mean, and I say this painstakingly. You know
it's all gonna fuck
up. Reed and Sue Richards, dude. You know, like they're somewhat family people occasionally.
Like, fuck.
You know, and that's why I say occasionally, like painstakingly. I know exactly how that's gonna sound.
But you see, like that's kind of interesting because I've never really kind of even considered that we don't have like that type of family format for a superhero in the Marvel universe. Like just like a good old fashioned father, wife, child, and then the father just kind of like 8 to 5s and then goes and does some crime fighting and comes back and eats dinner with his family kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's very interesting if you think about it. Like that's kind of like.
But we do get familial aspects in other regards.
Yeah.
So like it's not one of those things where it's like like where it doesn't happen, you know.
Because Luke, the first thing that pops up is Luke Cage and Jessica Jones. Like that's
even
the first
then, dude. Like that's still like few and far between. Like there's like that's
putting the baby in a little harness.
Yeah, like they put him in a manger thing, and then like Robot Jarvis flies off with the kid. Like
it's random. Just get the baby and put
like honestly the most the most family oriented aspect of like any Marvel story, I'd really have to say is like Beyond the Spider-Verse. where Peter is taking care of May the whole time. And that's like
that's pretty much what I'm kind of hoping for. Hey Chrissy, what's up? Welcome to the show. It's good to see you. Welcome into 2024. It's good to see you on the show with us. We're talking about recently in comic books, Jonathan Hickman, who's probably one of the most prolific writers in Marvel and comic books today, is writing for Spider-Man right now, and it is it sounds and it seems like it's really good, and it seems like it's kind of like almost in iteration to what's going on with the MCU Tom Holland Spider-Man, where May dies, and kind of fixating on that a little bit, right? So not too bad, not too crazy, but we never got a definitive answer of what happened to Uncle Ben in that universe either. So, in the MCU movies, Uncle Ben can pop off and walk right in with Jonah Jameson in the next movie and be like, damn it, Peter.
Yeah, this was always a thing.
Yeah, he was always there. Yeah. I kind of hope not, but yeah, that's what we're kind of talking about. I just wanted to get Trigger's talk on it because, he's probably, in my opinion, probably more of a bigger Spider-Man fan than I am. But knowing that he's a Hickman fan is something I wanted to hear him say. But the other thing I wanted to say is, so did you hear about recently who the Venom 3 villain is going to be?
Yeah.
What do you think
Toxin.
about it? Yeah, Toxin. Yeah, what do you think?
Toxin. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forget his like rogues gallery. Like every so often, because after a while it gets really confounded.
Yeah,
and
it's
like
just redundant, dude.
Yeah, and I'm kind of just like, oh yeah, it's another symbiote. Oh yeah,
I'm not
it's
even gonna lie.
symbiote.
I don't even care for it, dude. I don't even care for it. And why?
I don't blame you.
Up the best symbiote Carnage, dude. That's the best symbiote character that Venom fights in his rogue gallery. The best one, most popular, and they really messed that movie up. So, like, if they're going to give me Toxic or Screech or whoever, dude, I could care less, dude. I could, like, 100% care less. So, they made an announcement. But during that announcement, the two movies that I'm really excited for?
What's
Craven?
up?
No, I'm just kidding. Not Craven. Fuck Craven.
Yo, and I was about to be like, what?
Yeah. Karate Kid. And, Karate Kid and the Ghostbusters movie.
Okay, but I can see the Ghostbusters.
Yeah. You're like the other ones. Karate Kid, yes, dude. If Jackie Chan comes out, 100%, dude. 100%. Yo, what would you do? Just balls deep. If you're a Jackie Chan fan, this goes out to anybody else that's out there that's a Jackie Chan fan. What would you do if you were out there and they were like, okay, cool, Karate Kid, Jackie Chan's going to be on the other side with Jaden Smith or whatever, his Karate Kid or whatever. Yeah, because he was a Karate Kid, remember?
Yeah. He's Kung Fu Kid.
Yeah,
he's Kung Fu Kid.
Yeah. What would you all
get that shit right?
If Sammo Young and Yoon Bao and Donnie Yen came out with Jackie Chan in that movie?
I would be like, that's stupid. Give me Sholo Maridueña versus Jaden Smith, dude.
Jaden Smith. No, but like, what about the original? The trio at least, right? Because Donnie Yen wasn't a part of that group. He was more like a Wire Fu Jet Li guy, right? But Sammo Young and what's his name? Donnie Yen. No, not Donnie Yen.
All those guys are decrepit now.
They're what?
All of those guys are decrepit now.
No, but that's why, dude. Okay, straight up, you're gonna bring Jackie Chan to this. What's he gonna do?
I never said he was gonna do anything.
Yeah, he's just
like the last cool movie that he made was what? Maybe The Foreigner, and that's because he went outside. Yeah, like he finally went outside his box, his comfort zone, and started killing people.
Yeah, no, but like Yoon Bao and Sammo Young were Jackie Chan's like buddies in all his movies back in the day. And
I'm tracking all that, but I don't know, at the same time,
I don't know what Sammo Young's done in recent times that he's really been like in the limelight. Ooh, dude, even Bolo Young, dude, wouldn't that be cool as fuck? Fuck it, but I don't think he's even. Is he alive anymore? I gotta say he's alive. Bolo
dude,
Young's
I would say dude, watch, they're gonna bring in Tony Jaa and the guy from the Raid, or Joe Salmon, Talsim, or even fucking Hiroyuki Sanada. Fucking bring those dudes in, man.
Chrissy says, I love Jackie Chan, but I hated that version of Karate Kid. He would probably be more like in a cameo. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, more of a cameo. It would be cool if he was they go to the fucking All-Star tournament or the All-Valley tournament, and they show up, and it's always been karate dudes, but this year a kung fu group shows up, and because that's the way it was in the karate tournaments when I was growing up too. You never really fought like wushu guys or kung fu dudes. It was always mainly Japanese schools. karate or taekwondo or whatever, but it'd be cool. Like then Jackie Chan shows in with his team that are like all Olympic trainers and they do the Olympics for wushu and all this stuff. But like then you get cameos with all the other Chinese actors that were doing martial arts movies back in the late 80s, early 90s, man. That would be really cool. So I mean it's really just like, to me, the Karate Kid franchise right now is pretty much the family version of the Expendables.
Yeah.
It's literally what it is. You know what I mean? Like it was just
absolutely
the good-hearted martial arts movies all getting a chance to come back and do something. Some Don the Dragon Wilson from the fucking Best of the Best movies, or like even Jean-Claude Van Damme with like the fucking, what is it? No Retreat, No Surrender. Bolo Young, not Bolo Young. Well, Bolo Young, yeah, because of what is it? A kickboxer, right? Is that the movie? Yeah, Kickboxer, or like shit. Even Chuck Norris, he can make his kind of comeback in these kind of movies. I don't know. Like it's really good family shit. Like it's just good and wholehearted when you see like people come out, Cynthia Rothrock or Richard Norton, all the dudes that were like back in the day stuff. That would be really, really cool. Fucking that would be so cool. Even the cast of I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker, dude. I'm gonna get you.
No, absolutely not, dude.
Those guys were all martial arts guys. Most of those guys were all martial arts movie guys.
Yeah, but I couldn't take that fucking movie seriously.
Ah, that would be crazy. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to pop off, but maybe it's something I could talk about. I'll bring it up a little bit later, right? It's because yeah, I want to start getting into the conversations already, because we got little things here and there that I know me and Trigger will just be like, like they were talking about recently the casting of Supergirl. Have you heard about this yet? James Gunn's new
how like Sasha Cale isn't going to be, isn't going to move forward as Supergirl. As Supergirl, which kind of sucks.
My mom, don't talk about Chuck Norris. My mom loved all, like, dude, me as a kid growing up, it was just Walker, Texas Ranger everywhere, dude.
Yeah, dude, she almost named, dude, I heard she almost named you and Bobby Walker and Texas Ranger.
Yeah, pretty much. Bobby's name would have been Walker, and I would have, if he was making that show back when we were kids, my mom would have named us that. I know. Yep. Mom, good to see you in the comments. Love you, baby. So yeah,
now it's Cordell.
Yeah, right. The thing is, what was it? The casting for the new one, the girl Sasha Cale. Sasha Cale. She did very, very well in The Flash. Very, very well in The Flash.
Yeah,
but
I really, really enjoyed her performance, and you know what? Like, I also enjoyed the chemistry that her and the guy who played Zod also had.
Oh yeah. That
because no one really talked about that, was the chemistry between the two of them. Yeah. Everyone, like, and I get it, dude. Like Michael Keaton's there. Talk about Michael Keaton. Then you have Ezra Miller being Ezra Miller. And all his shenanigans and stuff like that. So like no one really like, and that was unfortunately one of those things where like we knew it was going to happen, where like Ezra Miller's antics were going to overshadow the performances or the screen time of XYZ actors. And it happened, dude. It fucking happened. Mm-hmm. They brought back the actor for General Zod. I always forget his name. They had Sasha Cale in, and she did phenomenally as Kara, and they had Michael Keaton back as Batman, and even fucking George Clooney, back as as Batman.
Yep.
So that was cool. But yeah, man, it was just one of those things where it was kind of like, man, like they had really, really good chemistry together. And you know what? Not a lot of people spoke about that enough. Yeah. And it's unfortunate, but I mean, it is what it is.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to lie. I think Michael Keaton in that story was very, very
Michael Shannon. Thank you very much.
Michael Chandler. Yeah. But I think Michael Keaton worked well with everybody in that. I kind of feel like it's kind of a travesty that it's taken this long for them to reconsider him for Batman's role. And like, I'm hoping that down the road, when we do get hopefully a Kingdom Come, that that universe is the Kingdom Come Batman.
Oh man, and that's because we already kind of had a Kingdom Come with the crossover. With the CW crossovers and stuff.
That's why, like, because even that guy, the one that plays Batman in the animated series, like, wholeheartedly, I think he's a great Batman, and he never acted him in live action, so that was a really good.
No, he did. He did. Yeah, he did a live action
Really?
Batman. Yeah, and in the crossover, Kevin Conroy was Batman. He killed Superman.
In what? Oh, but that was in the crossover, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's what I mean. Like, I thought that was a great way for DC to like kind of the Midas touch on his acting career, like his voice acting career. That they were like, hey, you know what? Like, you've done Batman all your life, the animated, and you've done the best thing. Like, we would love for you to do him live action in our series.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, you know, and that's up there. But they also brought back like
he was the canon Batman in my opinion most of the time.
Yeah, you know, I mean, as it is, was it Mark Hamill will never do the Joker again because of Kevin Conroy. Right? Yeah, well, it's not just because he doesn't feel it, but like he'll never have the same gravitas with another Batman actor as he will with Kevin Conroy.
Of course, but like, I thought it was great, man, and I think it would be a really nice send off too if you were to be like, well, Kevin Conroy did it for us in the series. We would love Michael Keaton to do it in the live action James Gunn movie. I mean, he played a great older Batman, if not the Batman Beyond.
Well, I mean, right now,
that was even talked about, right?
Right now, in the DC universe, there's a story going on where Batman is kind of fighting against himself.
Oh yeah, like, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
With the Zen Aranur, like persona.
Yeah, I saw that. And,
and dude, they had they had the whole multiverse of Batmans.
It's so crazy the way they're trying to like, I guess, work with the multiverse as a thing nowadays in comics. Because like that's weird. That's like, okay, so they have that variation, which is like, if you've seen him, he's kind of like a goblin version of Batman. His suit's purplish, a lot of yellow tones, some little spikes to it everywhere, like here and there, kind of like a circus Tim Burton kind of old animated series look. Well, apparently they ended up having like in his brain the idea of like the Loki series when he ran into all his different variations in his brain also, where he had like the female Loki, you had the gargantuan earth driven ogre Loki, and like the animated Loki. You have all these different characters in his brain, and it's interesting. It's very, very interesting that everyone was like beating the fuck out of the comic book Batman.
Yeah.
So I just don't know what they're going to do with it. And if they're going to be where like, it's going to be like, oh, well, here's the Batverse. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I'm already kind of done with the Spider-Verse concepts. I think it's good for Spider-Man for what it's worth. But like now I don't want to see like a Captain America verse and a Wolverine verse and a Ghost Rider verse. And then someone's going to be like, oh, we need a Moon Knight verse and a Spectre verse. And we need we don't need all that stuff, dude. We don't like, it's cool. But like there's a part of me that's happy that Jonathan Hickman's writing for Spider-Man because I know it's going to be more grounded in like crazy fantasy.
Well, isn't he writing for like the whole entire for like the whole of the Ultimate Universe?
Verse, dude, yeah, Captain Verse. That would be weird. They call it the Shield verse, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like just so silly, dude. They're going to have the fucking Kamala Khan verse. Did you see in the fucking comic book preview for Children of the X or whatever, she's
Children of the Vault,
yeah, she's fucking Captain what's the fucking Krakoa?
Oh yeah, Captain yeah.
She's Captain Krakoa in the future, and I'm like, man, dude, just stop, bro. Like, stop with Kamala Khan, you guys. Leave her alone. She's gonna be Captain. You watch Trigger. I'm gonna break your heart right now. In the MCU, Kamala Khan's gonna be Nova.
Dude, don't say that.
Dude, 100%, dude. 100%. And you're going to be the first person I call just to hear your reaction.
I'll stop with the MCU after that.
I'll do everything in my power just to make sure you get this. But yeah, so the casting for Supergirl, there's one girl who comes out that they talked about. I forgot her name, but she was in Coda. There's like a show called Coda on Netflix or something, CODA. Yeah, just some random chick. The other one is like never heard of her. She was like in some Disney stuff. She was in Winchester's. The second girl that was in Coda, I think, is a good choice. But you know who the first choice is for Supergirl? The chick that was in that Game of Thrones TV show, the blondie.
Oh yeah, I've seen all that.
I don't know.
Yeah, was it Millie something?
Yeah. She's up. Those are the three girls, right? And for some reason, the girl that was in Coda, I feel, has the Southern Belle look, if that makes sense.
I get it.
Has the Southern Belle look, where the chick that was in Game of Thrones has the Power Girl look.
Yeah.
Like, I would be like, if they were to do that, I'd be 100% about it. I'm not really for her as Supergirl per se. I would prefer the second girl. I'll get you the name right now. But let me look it up real quick. But Coda actress, Coda actress. Yeah, her name is Amelia Jones. Her character's name was Ruby. And I'll share it right now so you guys can see it. I think this girl has the Southern look. This girl.
Okay.
She has that, like, the original Supergirl from the 80s look. Like, she has that, like, I don't know. There's like a thing about her face that I think she can play it off. But she's one of the three. And then the other actress was, what was she? Winchester. Oops, I can't even spell. Winchester actress. Oh my God, Ammo, dude, for reals, bro. Actress, and then Supergirl. I think it's this girl. Yeah, Meg Donnelly. Yeah, these are the three girls. Meg Donnelly and the other one. Yeah, this one.
Interesting.
Yeah, she's up for one of them, and then the other one, of course, is this chick.
Yeah, Amelia Alcock or something like that.
There's all three of them right there in the list. Yo, is this girl the one at the end? Isn't she from like the Bridge of Terabithia or some shit like that?
No. Fuck no.
Or was she in the Willy Wonka with Johnny Depp?
If she was, I don't remember her.
Or the athlete chick?
I don't think so.
It looks like her though, right? Yeah, so these are the three actors. I think this girl kind of has more of the original Supergirl's face. Like, there's something about her. The other ones, I think they could play like more like cunning actresses. Maybe a Catwoman or something, but yeah. But yeah, those are the three choices. I was just shooting them out there. What do you think, man? Who would be your kind of call-up choice for this dude?
Actually trying to find her, man. I'm like forgetting like what she's.
The girl from iZombie. That was the other one. I think she was in or something. Maybe. No, Disney Zombies. Yeah, Disney Zombies. But yeah, those are the three girls. What do you think, Triggs?
I don't like them.
It's Supergirl, dude. I mean, what's her major purpose? She's eventually just gonna die during a crisis, and Superman carries her.
No,
like,
dude. No, dude. Bro. Like, dude. She puts the hurt on people, and she's the one who like.
Church.
Like, she's the one who like makes Superman like the big brother. You know, like she's like she like yet again humanizes him.
Yeah, she's the only family he's got, right? Like the only true like to his origins.
Kryptonian family
like
he has,
of course. Pa Kent and Ma Kent are still his family, but like the real
that's the only true Kryptonian family he has left.
I mean, dude, that was something that I've always considered super crazy. Is like, can you imagine being the last of your kind on another planet? Like the stress that puts on you being the only survivor. Huh?
I'd kill myself.
It'd be weird, right? Just so much trauma involved in that. But yeah, straight up. The other one was casting for Last of Us 2. Did you hear about this?
Yes, I did.
Yet
again, don't like the casting choice.
No. Tell me about it. What's wrong with it, dude? What's wrong with it?
Looks too, and this is gonna be on like the weirdest thing ever, because the original casting choice for Abby was they had a problem with her because she was too masculine. For me, I feel like she's too feminine, and I remember Abby being like a fucking yoked motherfucker, dude, and like now I'm kind of just like, dude, I mean, like, dude, Abby was super, super important. And like Abby had a particular look. Abby was super tough looking, and she was super duper tough herself. And so that's why, like, I'm kind of just like, dude, I wanted her to be a little bit more tougher, and like, I can't get what I want. I get that, blah, blah, blah. But I'm still going to watch it. I think, like, dude, like, The Last of Us was one of the best pieces of fucking TV that I've seen in a very, very long time.
Okay. I mean,
Like,
dude, I mean, true to the heart to the series, it almost followed it, word for word, Q for
yeah,
Q. Um,
Chrissy, I apologize that you feel like that about the show. We had a fantastic time with it, but I mean, to each their own.
if you ever get a chance, Chrissy, I don't know how much of a gamer you are, but check out the video game. The game was solid. It was probably one of the best games out on PlayStation at the time.
Yeah, every gamer that I know who absolutely loved that game was like we'd watch it again in a heartbeat.
But you know what? I do want to know if you can put it in the comment section, Chrissy. Like, what was your thing about Last of Us that you weren't really about? Like, was there something in particular, or was it just like overall? Let me know in the comments. That's a really good question. I really want to know that. But so they have a new cast for Isabella, right? For Dina.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah. Isabella Merced is gonna be her girlfriend, right? That's what her character was.
Yeah, and then the other one was Caitlin Dever, who's
Yeah.
gonna be playing Abby.
Yeah.
Now, the thing about it is, I think we talked about this, right? Which was the whole controversy in the back of Last of Us season 2. The controversy for that situation in Last of Us 2 was the Abby character. Abby's character was this very masculated female who was like a bodybuilder at the time. There were a lot of questions on how she was able to keep her physique in a situation or in the apocalypse. Or there was always like all this stuff, right? But my opinion from what I had heard before that, but it got wiped out pretty easy, is that the guy wanted to make Abby a transgender character.
Yeah, that was the original.
It was
like,
supposed to be a guy.
Well, from what I remember is yes, they wanted to make the character of Abby trans in some way, whether it was like I don't know which transition that they were going to be doing. It's not important either way. Abby was very, very masculine. Right. That's just the way that the character was. I'm not trying to like stereotype or anything like that.
It's cool. I'll read it right now, but keep going.
Yeah. Sorry. Like I said, she was a very, very masculine character, and you saw that in the way that her combat was. Her combat was brutal, dude. Her all of her like killing animations were brutal as fuck, bro. Mm-hmm. So like you saw that and you felt like, I'm not going to say that you're playing a male character, but you felt a more of a grittier character. Yeah. And then as you play Ellie later on, you see Ellie kind of like coming out of like, okay, you know what? It's time to go to work, dude. Like,
more conniving, more.
Yeah. Well, not even conniving, dude. Like, it's not even like, hey, we're taking the gloves off. It's like, you know what, dude? Like, this is what I've been fostering for like 10 years now. Yeah. Time to go to work. Yeah. You know, it's time to clock in. We're going to work now. You know, and I say this as like someone who, you know, who used to be a vet and, you know, or who is a vet. And like when we were going to get into a situation or we knew that we thought we were going to get into something, it's like, hey man, time to go to work, dude. You know, it's time to clock in.
Yeah. And then they ended up making another character who is a character you find later on in The Last of Us 2. That's a trans character. But from what I remember, before all of the craziness came out about like the sex scene and all this other stuff that's in the game and all that stuff, like a lot of people, the director had came out and said that Abby was supposed to be a male transitioning to female character, and that was the big upset. Flip was that main guy, that guy character was supposed to leave his wife for this character who used to be a man and now that is a woman. And like it was supposed to be like this whole like, well, we're gonna try to see, we're the wowing, right? The wow of the wow factor. And then apparently like last minute the guy pulled out and didn't want to make Abby like any race or any gender, and like tried to like change the face to be more softer. And then that's how we got the Abby character where you can't really tell.
And like I almost call bullshit on that, because like either way, people are going to find a problem with
the whole situation.
With female game characters. Look at Aloy. Like Aloy, perfect example, dude. You know, and I don't at all mean to like go off on a tangent. You know, we do it all the time. But like, dude, you and I love the Forbidden series.
Forbidden series. Shit, I have it. Literally, I have it like right here, dude. I'm not even fucking around. Like, I have it right here. Like, and we're not
like, dude. And like, my point being is that like, how many times were there like, Aloy's not cute enough, Aloy looks too much like a dude, blah 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 blah,
Well,
and like they're
okay, so in response to that, that's been in recent times, right?
no
Because
negative, sir, negative. No. When Forbidden West came out,
Yeah, that's
immediately they were like, nope, looks like a dude,
masculine,
trash. And then when the first one came out, they were like, she's a little masculine, doesn't she think? They weren't quite as vocal about it. They were like, she looks a little masculine, doesn't she?
There was a lot of times in the first game that she was approached by many different characters, like guys and stuff, and
then she would reject them.
And she would reject them. Yeah, that's why they were kind of like, they're gonna make her like something, and they never
they're gonna make her a lesbo, and
so the whole thing is like the development team never fixated on that stuff. They just were like, no, we're just making
dude, it was about the story, and that's what I appreciate.
Like 3 months ago, they released a DLC where they got her hooked up with a chick. So like that's where like all the other
whatever, dude. They cloned her anyway, so fucking they cloned her anyway. Fucking deal with it. Now that one can be with a dude. Fucking don't worry about it.
The concept of it too, like the Forbidden West series was not as accepted as the first series. Like it didn't hit.
Yeah, and unfortunately, a lot of it had to deal with Aloy and like her character design and her sexuality, which is fucking stupid.
And that's the whole thing. Like, so I do get the concept of what you're saying, where the Abby character, like the one that they chose, because she's a very like this is like a little girl.
No, she's a little belle.
She's just a little kid almost.
Yeah, I mean she's a little and don't get me wrong, dude. Like. And Bella Ramsey, hats off to Bella Ramsey, and Bella Ramsey being a fucking god, dude. Just a fucking, a fucking tsunami on screen. Like, she is such a fucking show stealer for The Last of Us, dude. I cannot say this enough that she was so fucking good in The Last of Us. But yeah, dude, look at her character. Okay, to the left, a little bit down, third to the left on the down, right there. That is my comparison, and that's why I'm like, okay, dude, like she looks really like feminine.
Well, I mean, just look at this photo. Like that's nuts, dude. Those arms are cute, bro.
And like, I'm not hating. I'm just like, dude, like her character looked one way. I think she looks a little bit feminine, but only because like I love the game. The game is the game, bro. Like you can't fuck this game up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Dude, look at Isabella Merced. Yet again, another phenomenal actress. Young actress who's doing great things. Like, dude, I don't care what anyone says. Her in Transformers 5 was amazing. I loved it. And
go for it.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, like, she has some level of action chops underneath her.
Yeah, true that. I do want to get to what Chrissy says. Chrissy says, I felt like the show would bring in random people in stories. They would invest the whole episode to these people, and then they would just kill them at the end. The main characters are just background actors. I do understand this.
Yeah, and
that's valid. That's a valid point.
Yeah, I get what you mean. That you're not wrong. I would have to say, like, my retort to that would be is the stories that you're talking about were single isolated events in the game in which Joel and Ellie happen to be interacting with that particular they like happen to be interacting with that particular scene. So there are a lot of things that happened, such as the two brothers, or Frank and his husband, and things like that.
Even though was that really established as that in the game? No, not really. Right?
Frank?
Yeah, the Frank and him, like
being absolutely. Couple, absolutely. Like I had to ask Audrey about this because I was like, was that a thing? And she was like, yeah. Dude, like, because he would say my partner, and apparently there's also like an Easter egg where like there's another wedding ring around, and then like that's supposed to be for Frank or something like that.
Okay, all right, no, because I mean I remember the game casually. I didn't really play it too much, but I mean maybe if it was like an Easter egg and there was like some hidden stuff in there, like okay, I get it.
I would have to ask Audrey because Audrey is a diehard like Left 4 Dead fan. I'm sorry, not Left 4 Dead. I'm sorry, Last of Us fan.
Either way, like a lot of people there. I mean, we can understand, and it's understandable that there was a lot of people that felt uncomfortable with that storyline. You know what I mean? But in the process of it, that was great storytelling.
It was, dude. And you know what? It tugged at the heartstrings at the right times, in the right places. And you know what? It didn't give us like it all it did was just transition the story in a very, very organic way. Honestly, Chrissy, I really, really say give the show another chance. And just look at it as a big picture instead of isolated events. I really, really think that you would have a really, really good time with it. I think so. Like Chris said beforehand, if you've never played the game before, please play the game. The game is phenomenal, and you will have just the fucking best time with it.
Yeah, the other thing too, I guess what might help if it's something to kind of help it be a little bit more digestible is most of the side quests that are in the stories are the universe building. Like it's building the entire story around these characters in the world that they live in. And then plus most of those things were all memorable side quests that you did that created that made the story a little bit bigger and better. So I think that was their way of saying, okay, well, like, how do we take this side quest and put it into the movie and it makes sense? And it's like, oh, okay, well, there's a part where, these two characters are going to be walking. We should do flashbacks of this. Or we should have them find little notes and little things. And that might help to establish something that was going on in the background. Just to show you that, like, the entire world does not revolve around these two characters, that there's other pieces that make it all into a big coherent machine.
Well, not just that, and another thing was, and this is like straight out of Pedro Pascal's mouth, was that a lot of that game was him crouching, was a lot of him trying to be stealthy. And he's like, dude, you understand this guy's like a 65-year-old man, like hitting his 60s, right? And you think he's going to be crouching that much? Are you high? Yeah. He's like, dude, I'm in my like I'm about to hit 50, and I do that. Like my knees are shot for days.
And what's crazy is on a side note, I hear they're thinking about making a sub series about those two lover guys.
I've heard that too. I've heard that too, and I'm kind of just like, no.
I think it's good enough.
Yeah, I think like it's one of those things where it's like leave it lie. Like it was good with what it was.
Yeah,
I think it gave us what we needed. Yeah, it gave us what we needed, and it gave it to us in a sense that we were just like, you know what?
That was a side quest, and that was a nice side quest.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like if they did like a show if they want to do it like for the Fireflies or maybe something like that, but no, I think it's, for what it's worth, it's already good enough. Like that's as far as I need. But like I said, like the episode with Frank and his partner, it was so invested, and then they died, and it couldn't understand why they put it in that way that they did. Like the main characters showed up and then they ended and it was in the truck, and it was okay. So that's the thing is like it gives you the story of the things that they find in the house.
Yeah.
And then in the video game, that whole part, you're going around with Frank and you're finding little notes and things that the other partner had left for him behind until like,
and keep in mind, they're like in the middle of a fight when he dies.
Yeah. So like like in the video game, you're with Frank. And then when you go to Frank later on in the series, like he's always like kind of like picking on you or talking shit to you. Like, and that's supposed to be the idea behind, I think like Ellie or who is it that knew him? Someone knew him, right?
Joel
knew him, right? And that's the whole thing is like in the game, he's still alive. And then at the very end, at the last thing, it's like he leaves a note that's like you kind of know he left. Like you don't get like a definitive end for Frank's character. You just kind of feel like I don't even know what they do with Frank at the end. They just kind of like write him off, don't they?
No, he's still in the games.
I thought he died in the last one or something like that. Or like
I don't think so.
A note for him and was like, "Yo, take the truck. It's gassed up. Like, just don't mess it up."
Yeah, no, because he's still alive. Like in the second game, he comes out.
Okay, yeah, because I know there was something like that, but in the video game, that's where he gets the vehicle and all this other stuff to take Ellie and stuff. So like it's just a process of them explaining the story from the game to this, but
we know Biggie.
Yeah, but in the TV show, they probably just wanted to make it more heartfelt, right?
Yeah, and it's just one of those things where it's kind of like you have to understand, dude. This is the world where like it, and I hate to sound so cliche, the kill or be killed, survival of the fittest sort of thing, but it's where one of those where like People are going to die. A lot of people are going to die. A lot of people that you were connected to that you want to go reconnect with, they very well might be dead already. And then on top of that, you also have to think, what is Joel's main focus? It's not delivering Ellie. It's going to see Tommy.
Yeah,
he's doing like Ellie's thing is a side mission to him. He's going to go see Tommy. He wants to see Tommy so that he can give her to him because he used to hang out with fireflies, and then boom, you know, Ellie will do her thing afterwards. That was his mission. Go find Tommy to give Ellie to Tommy. That's what it was. So it really, I think it really solidified the fact that like every time he gets close to somebody, he's like, that person's dying, or you know, he's asking for help, that person's dying. So he's like, fuck, dude, is Tommy even alive? Please tell me Tommy's alive. You know, it just makes the Tommy scene that much more important, because when he finally does see Tommy, you find out that everything that he's been through up until that point has been for a reason. Has been, you know, because like there was a lot of turmoil in between all of that.
True that. Awesome. Into the next subject, man. I was going to mention, if anybody's out there and you're into technology, guys, don't forget, go check out highlights for CES 2024. Really great stuff. My biggest thing that I took out of that was the VR from Slight Bunch or something like Slight Edge, some company that's out there that's doing really good stuff with VR. Really cool shit. Yeah, man, that's the coolest stuff. They made these like, okay, I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm like, Shift All VR. They're doing these like controls, dude, for your fucking VR that you kind of like do this. Watch tricks. You like whip it out, and the fucking thing goes to the back, and you can use your hands to do free stuff, and then you bring it back, and it like snaps in. So like,
dude, that's so fucking lame.
Oh, dude, it's cool, dude. It's great. And then they're making Big Screen is an app that's in VR that you can watch television and theater. I think I've talked to you guys about it before.
Look, dude, all I'm saying is that for $300 I can get a pair of glasses that will do the exact same thing.
Oh, that's what these are, dude, but it's in 4K.
Yeah, I don't need 4K, dude.
You need 4K.
I'm looking at you in 4K. I have a 4K monitor.
But no, Shift All is doing some really great stuff. The one that was kind of weird was the bag of oats. I call it the bag of oats. They have this thing for like, have you ever seen those like contraptions that you wear over your mouth to keep you muted to everybody else? No. Like they look like glasses, but they go around your face. Like you ever seen that? No. Okay, so they have these things that you can use in their noise canceling devices so that you don't bother other people. In Japan, super popular. United States, no one's courteous, so they don't give a shit. But like they have this one for VR that's like, it looks like you're eating out of a bag of oats like a horse, bro. Like it's the worst thing. I'm gonna show you.
Okay, dude. Yeah, look. When I concentrated on CES, I wasn't looking at a bag of dicks or oats or whatever.
Boy, look at this guy right here. Dude.
No, that's stupid. Yeah, no, fuck all that. That looks dumb.
That's so bad, dude.
Look, dude, that looks like Psycho Mantis on fucking like a weird steroid. Yeah, no, fuck all that. That looks dumb.
I see you like to play with Link or whatever.
Yeah, that's retarded.
Like boys.
Yeah, fuck him.
CS was pretty solid with VR this year. Some other stuff that was coming out. There was
look at the Razer. Look at the Razer and Lexus TES crossover. You come fucking talk to me afterwards, dude.
Oh, that's pretty good. So what was that about? Let me know.
Dude, Razer and Lexus partnered up and they made a fucking car, dude. It looks awesome.
Is that the one that has the PlayStation or some shit in it?
It has two. It has two fucking computers in it. Here, I'm gonna share my screen right now.
Yeah, go for it, dude. Go for it. This is like if you ever wanted to kill a bunch of people on the expressway, this is how you do it, kind of shit, or what?
Yeah, dude.
Have you? Oh yeah, I think I saw. Whoa, look at the lights, dude.
Bro.
Get out of it. That's a full on like mouse and keyboard, dude, in the back.
Yeah, dude.
Jive, dude. That's so weird.
Yeah, dude.
That's so wild. This is something you would like. It is
absolutely
you would like. It's so wickedly weird. And yeah, so it's it's an RGB truck with two computers in it.
Yeah, dude.
That's pretty much
Get fucked, dude. Fuck VR, fuck all that other shit, dude. Look at this.
The one that I saw, what a lot of people are talking about is, have you heard about this recently? self-assisting feet, like pedals, like wheels that you can like walk and it rolls at the same time. You haven't seen this? So they're like skates, dude.
So like Heelys, but smart Heelys.
Smart Heelys, bro.
Okay.
Now
I have a concept to go on. You're like talking to me, and I was like, smart Heelys. That's like all I'm hearing.
It's
smart
supposed
Heelys.
to be like when you walk, it's like assisted walking or something. It looks weird, dude. Assisted. I'm gonna see if I can find the video, and I'll just play it in the background or whatever. Let's see. Assisted walking. Come on. And it's so weird. Walking shoes. Yeah. Here we go. I'm gonna fucking let me share this shit. Check this shit out, Triggs.
I've seen those, but I saw those years ago, dude. Years ago.
What do you think about it? Do you think like they're $1,400, dude?
They're stupid.
Like, do you think that's anything worth it? Like, do you think there's like a good possibility for this? Like, big city living, you know, what do you think of this kind of like technology coming out?
I think it's stupid.
So you just don't like it at all?
I think it's for fat people.
Oh, dude, I get you. It's for fat people. That's harsh, bro.
I think it's for fat people.
I get it. Like, it's like, it's lazy. There's something about it that's lazy. It's very Wally, those fucking chairs kind of thing.
Yeah, dude.
It's a little too much, man.
Like, I could cut a hole into this and add like a little pooper thing, and I would never have to leave.
I get the concept if you live like in a New York and you like transit everywhere and like walk everywhere, where maybe it's like, okay, well, maybe you run a tight shift, man. You work an 8 to 5, get in the morning, get out, head home. You need something because you got to go. Not
they have electric scooters.
Blocks. Yeah,
they have electric scooters for like half that price.
Like things like that, right? That this would be the other concept. But man, $1,400 for it? No, that's nuts, dude. Yeah.
They have electric scooters for half that price. That's fucking stupid.
Crazy.
Yep.
Onwards onto the last, or not the last part. I think we got a good amount of time. We can talk about the last two parts. How do you feel about Mando getting a movie, dude? Mando and Grogu.
So, dude, you got to remember, man. They almost scrapped this.
Yeah.
Like they haven't done shit with it in a while. So the fact that like they were like, hey, by the way, Jon Favreau is doing it, and we're like, oh, sick, fucking Jon Favreau. You know, dude, Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni together can do no wrong. You know,
how do you feel about this, man? What do you think that's going to happen?
Dude, I'm all about it, dude. Are you fucking serious?
And what about the idea? Because we heard about it in the podcast. Well, not the podcast, on our stream earlier, with me, you, and Brian. What do you think about it being a trilogy of the Mando Grogu series or story?
If I can forget about the last one, I'm good with it.
If I can forget about the
dude,
last.
Look, for all of my Jujutsu Kaisen fans, some Maharaga shit, dude. I'm about it, bro.
You just get it out of here.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, so they're going to be going forward with the Mandalorian film, and they're also going to be going forward with Mandalorian season 4. I think Mando and the Grogu character are such great characters, and
you also got to remember, dude. Like Mando and Grogu, like Pedro Pascal said, when the fucking movie comes out, that is done. It's done. Like he and Grogu are finished. Like those characters will have run their end. That will be the end of their story. You know,
I think that's what's important about the trilogy aspect, right?
Yeah.
The thing is right now we all know Mando and Grogu because of the Star Wars Mandalorian series.
Yeah.
There's still a large amount of people out there that don't care about the Disney Plus series at all.
Which, fine, dude. Like, I mean, that's a travesty, but you know, like, oh well.
But this is a great way for them to be introduced to these badass characters.
Yeah. Also at the same, like, which, like, I kind of have to say, like, dude, if you are not going to watch the TV show, but you're going to watch the movie, like, you're kicking yourself in the dick and punching yourself in the face and shooting yourself in the foot. Like, it's dumb. Like, why not? Like,
well, I mean, but it's hard. It's hard to understand that there are groups of people out there that just don't even know the Disney Plus, the Star Wars Plus, and the Marvel Plus series, that they don't even exist.
Dude, if you don't have a friend who hasn't told you about it or a coworker, like, this is kind of one of those like living under a rock sort of situations. You know what I mean?
No, it's true. I 100% agree with you, man. But that's the thing is like there are people out there that are in that situation, aren't they? So like they're not gonna know who these characters are, even though we'll all die on that pedestal and say like the Grogu and the Mando story are super good, super good, and people need to
Oh,
be aware of it.
I'll die on that hill all day long. Like, dude, I'll fight about it.
I really think that this is Disney learning that when you introduce a Kamala Khan without them being in a film originally, that people don't know who the fuck they are nor care about them. That this is a great way to be like, hey, you know what? Like maybe we should put a film out of these characters we're gonna put in the movies.
Honestly, man, what I have to say, and I'm not entirely disagreeing with you, is give us a good story with a good pace behind it,
Mm-hmm.
and you're not gonna fuck up the character.
Yeah, of course. Like I just that's like, my biggest fear is I don't want them to mess it up.
Yeah, but that's also what I'm saying. Like, dude, think about it. Like, think about the first one, right? Like, we had such a good time with season one. You get, you know, like super invested. Kind of later on, you know, that you find out that Din Djarin, that's actually his name, you know, and then season two comes in. And then the fucking heartbreak, right? Like he takes off his helmet more than once. You know, he says bye to Grogu. You know, he gives him to Luke. You know, and then a little bit, you know, pepper sprinkles of Book of Boba Fett season 3. You know, happens. We have a little bit of Ahsoka that also happens in season 3. You know, like a lot of Bo-Katan as well. You know, you have a lot of the rebels that were coming out in season 3 as well. Like they started really tying into the bigger verse. Yeah. And then you got the Ezra Bridges, you know, like drop. So like there was a lot. I'm not going to say a lot to digest, but there was a lot of things that we were pulling from, but we did it in a safe pace, and it didn't overwhelm any of us.
Can you imagine like all the cool, interesting things they introduced to us during the series that they've released in recent years? Compared to what they gave us in the last trilogy, like you know,
night and
like,
day,
yeah,
night and day.
Super crazy, like how established it is and what Dave Filoni's done with the characters. Yeah, there's some shit that doesn't really fly too well.
Exactly, dude. Like season 3 wasn't the best.
Yeah, it wasn't. The
best. Let's call a spade a spade. You know, fucking shout out, you know, our boy Brian. Let's call a spade a spade. Yep. Season 3 was not the best season of Mandalorian. It did it hit for everybody? No. Was it still good? Yes, but not the best. You know, like I will always say it's better than the Kenobi series, and arguably better than Ahsoka.
Well, it's guaranteed better than what's his?
No, we don't even talk about that. No, that's Mandalorian 2B. Season 2B,
subpar.
Yeah, season 2B.
Dollar General Mando.
Yeah, and fucking, you know, like, bro, not even Dollar General, dude. Fucking, like CVS.
Can you imagine how bad they messed up that series? God, man, that sucks. But yeah, really excited to see the Mando and Grogu movie. I think it's going to be great. I think it's a great way to introduce those people who have not seen the series nor know that there's a whole universe going on in the Disney Plus series. Really excited. Super excited to see what happens. And yeah, man. Chrissy says, by the way, I did finish book 1 of Dune. Jessica is my favorite character.
Jessica's a hoss, dude. Yeah, Jessica is a hoss.
What did you think, though, Chrissy? Tell us in the comment section what you thought.
Please. I'm gonna go get a soda right now. I'm gonna wait for your comment. I'm gonna be right back.
Let us know in the comment section what you thought. But
I'm gonna hear you. I'm gonna keep my headphones on. I'm gonna hear what everyone's saying. You know, whatever, everything's happening.
Yeah. Now, what I mean is, let us know what you thought of the book, the first book that you read, and what you thought comparing it to what they gave us in the recent film. I'd really like to know your takes on that. And then, of course, like, you know, we've talked about it before, Dune 2. And I know that, you know, Brian picks on Triggs about it a lot because it's not his cup of tea. But cinematography-wise, Dune 1 was excellent. And we're excited to watch. Well, I'm excited to watch Dune 2 just based on that. But I myself have never read the book. So kind of interested to see your take on this because you have a pretty good mindset when it comes to this, like the nerd culture. So I'm really excited to see that. But let us know. But yeah, like I said, really excited for the Star Wars series, the Grogu, and then season 4 coming out for the Mandalorian also. I think that's great. I think if they were to establish the idea of using like the Mando and Grogu story, to build their character as the growth of Grogu, because that's the whole thing. Is I think eventually we know Mando will probably be killed off in some way, like the sacrifice character, and Grogu will pick up the slack and be the one to like bring together the Mandalorian culture or whatnot. But there'll be some turmoil between their faction and Bo-Katan's faction. So, but the idea is to see Grogu come up and be the wielder of the black saber, or them build him his own little tiny black saber or whatever, like Yoda's saber, and and him get his own armor and do that stuff, and then build that. And then from there, of course, they're gonna have to eventually do the Ahsoka Tano General Thrawn series that will revolve around before the last trilogies. And then from there, the next set of movies are going to be the introduction. Actually, the Rey movie is going to be the second film that's coming out. I think the first Star Wars film is going to be the Mando and Grogu series, or movie first. So yeah, I'm really excited to see what they do with these characters. Really happy with what they've been doing, and can't wait for it. When Trigger comes back, we're going to be getting into the last part of our conversation. Guys, if you're out there and you're watching and listening, if you've seen it, please feel free to tell us what you thought of the Echo series in the comments section. We're going to be going right into this. This is the last part of our conversation for today and this week. So, Echo series. Echo is a character, a Marvel character, Native American character who just dropped in Disney Plus and in Hulu Plus. And the cool thing about it is they released all the episodes all at once, which I thought that was Marvel's learning. I hope.
For sure.
Yeah, I thought that was great because I was not about to do a whole wait on this, man.
Dude, if I had to wait for everything that I got, I'd be pissed.
Man, fuck a duck. Okay, so getting into the series, let me give a rundown real quick. Echo is a character that was introduced recently, not too long ago, in the Kate Bishop series.
Yes.
That was it was a female Native American character, kind of Hispanic looking, I guess.
Yes. Deaf amputee.
Deaf? Is she a mute or just deaf?
No, she's deaf.
Yeah, she's okay. Well, no, she's not a mute. She can talk though, right?
No. Well, okay. I mean,
yeah, because it's deaf and mute, right? Because that would be the concept. Like, if
mute
you're deaf,
cannot speak, deaf cannot hear.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But she's
so,
them,
like,
right?
Yes, but like, deaf people don't know how to speak because they don't know what words sound like.
Yeah, they don't know what they sound like. I get that.
So like, and like, and the only reason that I say that is because I actually had like a conversation with a deaf person who's like, I can technically speak, but I don't know what words sound like.
Yeah, they don't know.
When they like say words, like that's how like sometimes they sound jumbled or like mumbled. You know. And it's not them because they're slow or something, like it's they don't know what like the word the sounds like or your, you know.
I get it. It's only like vibrations and stuff. But so
thank you.
The entire series dropped. Native American character that was in Kate Bishop Hawkeye show has now recently got her own show. In the comic book, she's a thing.
She's a something.
Yeah, she's something. But recently we got an entire series dedicated to this character on Disney Plus, and man, did they really explain the origins in a way that I've never heard before. But Triggs, I want to get your opinion on this. You're like me, but since I'm on the mic, I get the opportunity to ask first.
Right.
Give me your take on this show. You don't have to get into spoilers yet, or if people don't mind, you can put it in the comment section. You guys can vote and let us know if you guys want to talk spoilers or whatnot. But yeah.
Okay. Man, pre spoiler talk, right? Mm-hmm. Pre spoiler talk. I'm going to preface everything that I'm saying right now is pre spoiler talk, right? We'll give our fucking spoiler everything's blah 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 later on. Pre-spoiler talk. The show is a letdown.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We had an expectation because of previews. This is why people, myself, Chris included, we do not trust Marvel previews anymore.
Yeah.
They say that they're going to promise one thing, they deliver another, and the Echo series is what we get. Chrissy, I will read all of your comments shortly. I am reading them as you type them, and I love your basis. I will comment on it later. But Echo. Echo is so fucking angsty. It feels like a Mean Girls movie that punches a lot of people.
That's a good point. Mean Girls.
And it's
yes,
it's a lot to digest sometimes.
No, she's talking about,
I have to say the first 30 fucking seconds was WTF in its entirety, because as soon as I saw it, you have to keep in mind, when I saw this was at like 2:30 in the morning, and my little ass was drunk, and I happened to be like, by the way, Chris, you fucking called it. So if you saw last week's episode, you know what I'm talking about. And yeah, that's what happened. And I was just like, you have to be fucking kidding me. And as soon as I saw that, my expectations for this show in its entirety died.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out.
In its entirety.
I want to give a shout out though, just real quick. One of our locals, Edinburgh North alumni, daughter of Coach McCullum, Danny McCullum, plays the role of Tuklo, which is the sharpshooter past character.
Okay.
The one in the black and the white that they do, like the cowboy Indian kind of Native American.
She's from Edinburgh?
She's from Edinburgh, yeah, dude. She's her mom is a coach, yeah, an old coach, a good friend of pretty much all the students. Great teacher, man. So really cool.
Dude, she was like forefront, you know, and like okay, slight spoiler. Yeah, slight spoiler. She's very, very forefront in the series. Yeah, good for her. Good on her. Good for good for her. Dude, I mean, that's some great exposure though.
Yeah,
great exposure. Like, you know, for everything that I have to say, Mr. Brian Davis, you know, the one and only. Shout out. Yeah, man. Like, as much as we're probably about to shit on this series, there's no better exposure than Marvel right now. No better exposure. So, like, congratulations, good on you. I like, if you ever see this episode, we wish you the best.
Yeah, for what it is, I'd like to just say that I think all the people that acted in the series did great jobs, dude. And even the main girl, who really doesn't have a lot of acting chops, for her to be established in a Marvel series so early and to be like the forefront character in this, I think she did fairly well. I think throughout the years and being in such, being surrounded by such great actors and other people playing the roles, that she'll get her acting chops fairly well. I mean, there's still a lot that I think she's learning in the sense of how to like
what I love most is that the crew learned how to sign for her.
Yeah, that's super good. Like
like the cast, like a lot of the cast and crew learned basic sign language to communicate with her on a very basic level. I think that's very, very considerate. So good on the Disney and Marvel team for doing that. You know, we always try and talk about, inclusivity and being, being good to each other and stuff like that. You know, we dog on each other, we dog on TV shows, but at the end of the day, like, when you give somebody who has a handicap that can affect a production in the way of communication, like she does, and doing that, like, good on the team for doing that. That's awesome. Like, truly, like, I give my heart out, and I tip my hat to that whole cast and crew.
Yeah. Yeah, what they did for, the opportunity to put people with disabilities or even minorities of being Indians and stuff like that, Native Americans, being the opportunity to get them out there in the forefront and give them something to look forward to. Like, that's never a bad thing. That's a good thing. Now, with that being said, I think the writing sucked. I think the story was not good. First
I think the story was good, but the way it was executed was trash. Trash. Because at that point, fuck it, dude. May as well add in the fucking Phoenix for funsies at that point. What the fuck was that?
Yeah, all the characters are good. And the reason why I think the characters are so good is because this is the difference between a superhero cosmic story and a street level character story. Like, it's so much more grounded, it's so much more relatable. You feel like you relate more to these characters, they feel more at home and stuff like that. But the problem with it is no character in this series is going to be like a Thanos character. These are all people that are like, just like, they rob a liquor store and they're bad or whatever. Like, it's pretty much just plain and simple shit. But the thing is like, transversing that style of storytelling with characters like this, Kingpin is a very interesting character in the comic books. And that's why he's such a loved character.
Dude, but Kingpin's not just like a beloved character. Like, this guy's a fucking hoss, dude. And if you don't come correct with Kingpin, he'll fuck your whole world up.
And that's the thing what they did with this series is I think that they really undermined the writing for the Kingpin character. Like, they made him like, it's not even in the sense of them trying to make him unlikable. They just wrote him improperly. Like, there was nothing about him that you felt, this is a supervillain that can fight Spider-Man and all these other characters. This is just a dude that has money and that's all he can do and just cries for no reason.
Yeah.
And the way that they made it to where Echo, fairly a character that's less than like 10, 15 years in the comics.
Dude, less than 10. Like,
yeah, making it to where that character tanks Kingpin and talks about ending his career and being the new Queenpin and like literally just shitting all over his character. And making
you're gonna fucking tell me that like he didn't get enough with fucking Daredevil like the first 2 times.
Yeah, like it's very like, this is also, remember guys, this is also the dude that single-handedly beat the shit out of Frank Castle in a prison.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean. And then you're gonna tell me,
and like low diffed Frank Castle, low diffed Frank Castle, and who took a fucking, who also took a like an SUV to like the face,
to the face, in Hawkeye. Or Kate Bishop, sorry. Well, this is a character that this chick ends up just, fist fighting and beating him. Like, again, nothing against the character, nothing against what they're trying to do with them doing this, but like the way that she's written, and it's just a lot of shoehorning, man.
It really was.
All this story is I get it. The inclusivity thing's important to these people. They have to all the racism they're trying to erase in their storytelling from years past. They're trying to be like, oh, well, look at us now. We weren't racist back then. It's just we weren't given the opportunity. Dude, they had all the opportunity in the world. They just follow the trends. Remember that. So every time they try to delete something in history, it's just them when they were following the trend. Believe me, they were just as racist as every other company was at that time. So the thing is now they're trying to shoehorn these characters in. And again, mind you, I talked about this like 2 weeks ago with Trigger and Brian on the show. I 100% think that they're going to make her the Phoenix because she's Native American and they automatically assume that we can, I don't know, hang out with Phoenixes or I don't know what the fuck.
They're going to make Wolverine the Phoenix.
Because they're on our blankets.
Negative, dude. They're going to make Wolverine the Phoenix. Watch.
No, they're not. They're not going to do that. They're going to make
They're going to make her one. They ain't going to make it her.
They're going to make it her. I guarantee it, dude.
No,
I
fuck
100%
no,
dude. Guarantee it.
Dude,
I'll put money on. I'll put $10 on that, dude.
Dude, say less, dude.
$10. $10 right here, boys. 1/14/2024.
Yep.
Bet between Trigger and Crispy
at 9:30 p.m.
At 9:31 p.m.
Yep.
Crispy challenges Trigger to saying, "Yeah, this is the last topic."
Crispy challenges Trigger on Echo being the Phoenix in the next
Wars. She's gonna be the thing that reestablishes the Marvel universe.
Trash, dude. Negative.
She's gonna be the person to stand up and open her arms. The fucking Phoenix is gonna make a thing. She's gonna get the alien marks from the What If series, and I'm gonna make $10, dude. And then boom, revamp Marvel universe.
No, dude, they're gonna kill her and Time Runs Out or Kang Dynasty, whatever. And that's gonna be her big like entrance exit.
Brian's like, but how? There's no shot in the comic book. She takes out Jean Grey. She takes out Cyclops. She takes out Wolverine with the Phoenix Force. She fucks up the Sentry with the Phoenix Force.
Dude, who is it? Who is it? Fucking Simu Liu character, Shang-Chi. Like, dude, she like makes Hyperion lose his mind.
Yeah. Oh no, that was Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi beat him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shang-Chi
still, like, WTF, dude?
Again. Yeah, no, it's because in the comic books, and maybe like 2 years ago, maybe a year ago,
dude, this is like 4. This is like 4 years ago, dude.
Dude, Brian, you have no idea, and that's because like a week ago, I was like, "Look, they're gonna shoehorn this bitch to have those."
Dude, what are you talking about? The most OP character? You guys are clearly forgetting about Gaia, who literally has every single fucking Marvel power ever.
No, this chick's gonna tank her ass, dude. She doesn't have her power.
Not negative, dude.
She doesn't have Echo's power yet. And then not only that, and this is the thing that fucking pissed me off about Echo series. Fuck it, we're talking spoilers already because it's already 9:30. They fucking stole Deku's powers from My Hero Academia and gave it to her, to where the powers are generational. That's literally one for all that she had at the end. Where like over all the years of every character stacking these powers, that she can go back and talk to all the vestiges and she gets all the powers from them. That's not a fucking superpower in this series. That's not a superpower. I don't know. Yo, I have a question. And someone brought this up in another podcast that I was watching. Why didn't Daredevil kick her ass and kill her like he does to all the other henchmen?
Maybe it's because all the guns got a little too loud for him. I don't know.
like you know what I mean, right? He kills everybody. Daredevil like kills everyone. Why didn't he kill? Is it because she's a girl? Like, maybe. Can we say that in this? Like, I don't want to be like all like, oh fuck, feminism or whatever. But like, is it because he's a girl and he wanted to be a gentleman? Maybe. Daredevil kills the fuck out of people in the first series. He kills everyone. I don't know. He's like Batman. He doesn't kill those that have real names and that he's cool with. But like every henchman dies. No fact.
Yeah, henchman 3. Yeah, he's taking a long nap. He's taking a long nap.
Yeah. You just broke his neck. I didn't break his neck. I'm part chiropractor.
Yeah.
Dead. He doesn't have a pulse. You're not checking hard enough.
Yeah.
Slides a 20 and shit into his pocket.
Okay, there it is.
Oh yeah, there's his fucking pulse. Yeah, he kills everyone, dude. Like Daredevil's nuts, but he didn't like. Hell yeah, that was a chick. That was a joke. No, he kills people. He kills the fuck out of it. Why didn't he kill her? Like, why did he stop and allow her to pick up a shotgun and just disappeared? Batman taking a nap. He's like, he ain't dead, but fucking brain damage ain't a thing. He's got brain damage, Batman.
Dude,
but
brain damage is just weakness, dog.
Oh, dude, Squirrel Girl. Stop, dude. Don't even bring her into the conversation. I don't want Marvel to watch this and be like, oh yeah, Squirrel Girl. We don't even have to explain shit. We don't even have to explain if we bring her into the movies. Yeah. Going back to the series, Echo was okay. Man, I would have been so livid if this series came out one time. Her disability had to stop. He's like, oh, she already lost a leg. I ain't got to do much. He's like, I can't break her anymore. Yeah, the series was even though they were all out in the open, like you don't have to wait for them. I felt like they were very like long. I feel like they were long-winded. A lot of bike riding, a lot of facial expression stuff. Yeah, overall, I mean, for what it's worth, I think it was a good like NYPD series, like one of those like your mom watches like on NBC like at 8:00 at night. But like, I don't know, man. If you're gonna tell me that this chick's gonna be like straight up, this chick's stronger than Shang-Chi, like practically stronger than Shang-Chi. Like, I don't even know, man. I don't even know how to concept. Like, Triggs got to help me out, man. I don't even know what to even say about this, dude.
Look, honestly, dude, like my biggest issue with this is the fact that we were geared up for this to be like a Punisher-esque like show.
Yeah, we even got the warning in the beginning, and I was like, what are you warning me about, dude? Like,
yeah, this was like PG-13.
Yeah,
like this could have been fucking like a My Hero series with a little bit of killing in it.
Did you feel that or no? You felt that shit, right? Like
a little bit, but like at the same time, like I do, but at the same time, I'm also kind of like, like I guess. But like what I mean is that like I'm like, this is what you guys were geared me up for, like this shit.
This was the hype.
Yeah,
this was the hype. Yeah, and it's all over the place, dude. You can see it like on advertisements that echoes the #1 watch series on Disney Plus and echoes the most anticipated character and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, like, but where does this establish us? This is after Kingpin, which is after the snap. So like,
but I was right though. Like when Daredevil came out, this came out like mid snap, and he was stopping her from doing villain shit, and I fucking knew it, dude. And because everyone was like, "Well, like, why are they fighing? Aren't they like both heroes or whatever?" And blah blah blah, this, that, and the other. And I was just like, "I fucking called it, dude."
Too, like, how is this chick a hero? Like, I don't understand this.
She wasn't. She wasn't.
Well, she's not. I mean, she gets to this little city, and the first thing she does is rob a fucking bike store, and then throws the fucking bike at the cops or whatever. Like, and then like goes around and kind of like mean mugs a bunch of people and like brings an entire like gang violent war to her, like this little city. And then she just gets a suit and everyone's cool with her.
Oh yeah. And then she's like, like angsty mad at like everybody for like literally zero reason.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really weird. It's just really weird.
Yeah.
Vince, good to see you in the comment section, man. I haven't seen you in a while.
All I saw was you're a bitch. Because like for whatever reason, dude.
She's just like, yeah, she's like, someone will be like, hey dude, like it's good to see you. You haven't been in the city for like 10 years. You should go see this girl that's like your cousin or whatever. And she's like, nah.
Yeah, you should go fuck yourself.
Yeah, you should go fuck yourself. I don't need to see nobody. I'm only here for 12 months. I don't need to see nobody. I ain't gonna interact with nobody.
Yeah.
And she just became the fucking mayor by the end of the episode.
Basically.
Brian, we miss you too, brother, man. Thank you very much for stopping in. We hope to get you back soon. We just had a person, Spoon something earlier asking about you, dude. That was all like, yo, where's Brian, man? Where's Brian? So shout out, brother. We miss you. But yeah, going back, the show was mid. You know, this was like very mid.
Yeah.
I wouldn't give it as mid as like an Obi-Wan show. It's kind of a little bit above the Obi-Wan, but this would be like if we made like a story based on that chick that was in that series. What, Revan? What was her name? Reva.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it would be like if we just made an entire series about Reva. So not calling it Obi-Wan, calling it Reva. And then, of course, you know what? I actually liked the way that they used Daredevil in this. Like, it was just a one-off, and they were like, good luck. We're going to use him just for advertisement to hopefully bring some people in. They gave it to us at the beginning, and then it was a fuck fest. Like, they were like, good luck. We handed you the baton. Carry this bitch to the end. I guarantee, and no lie, and there's nothing wrong with it either. There's probably a good handful of people thinking that Daredevil was going to come back at the end. Like that he was going to make a return and kind of there, there was a part of it where like we were like, oh man, maybe he's going to come in and Kingpin's here and he's going to come in like, hey, Kingpin's my dude, and then watch her kick his butt and then give her a thumbs up and be like, you got it, Deku, like, you know what I mean, and then kind of like go off on his own or whatever. But no, he just never came back. It was like fucking, like you said, it was like a minute and a half of him coming in, not being dicked down by her. Like that was the one thing that I was like, dude, they fucking better not. They're going to dick down Daredevil to make this chick look good. Like, she kind of got her ass kicked. And then he kind of just left. So they didn't make it to where he was like an even match.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I was kind of like, all right, cool. Like, at least they're not fucking making him a piece of shit.
Dude, and I love that where he was just like...
toying with her.
Oh, yeah. Are you really... Or is this really happening?
Your hands up?
Yeah.
Let me fucking spank you real quick. I'm going to get my belt off, girl. Like it wasn't anything where he was being overwhelmed or underwhelmed, or he was just chilling.
Yeah, dude, that was like a low diff fight, and he was just like, all right, dude, like let's go to work then.
I gotta go get Wendy's or whatever, and he fucking takes off or whatever, right? And then of course Kingpin's like, none of my guys have ever gone that long with her or whatever. Oh, special guest appearance, baby. Out of the corner rope in the middle of the match, fucking Brian.
Yo.
What is up,
right.
Listen, T from New Jersey.
Listen, I just got off of work.
Doing, man?
I'm doing great. I just got off of work. You know what? I cannot let you guys slander. You guys are slandering this show. I cannot allow this to happen. This show was fucking great.
Tell me about it. Tell us about it, because I know
All
I know
right.
you were saying that you really like the show. I want to know.
This show was fucking amazing. Okay, so let's back it up really quick. And I know we don't have that much time, but listen. Before the show came out, what was the consensus? Oh, it's gonna be trash because it's coming out
low.
It's coming in
Low expectations.
All the shows are coming in at once, and oh my god, it's like who?
I honestly felt like this was gearing up to be like a Punisher-esque like show, like very Daredevil, very gritty. Like that's what I was expecting.
So listen. I remember me and Chris having conversations about this show coming out, and Chris is like, well, who the fuck asked for this show? Or who the fuck wanted this show? And I kind of was on board, but now that I'm watching it, I think we spent enough time bashing it, and like it's time to give it some praises. It wasn't that. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. Okay.
I mean, I'll take that. Brian, what were your pros and what were your cons?
So my pros were the acting. The acting was pretty good.
Yeah, pretty
the action scenes were fucking great. I am a Vincent D'Onofrio fan, so I mean, I know you kind of had your, hesitations about his performance, but I liked it. Okay. And then whatever little bit of Daredevil I got, I liked it as well. So being what we've gotten so far with Marvel and their shows, this is kind of like above average as far as I'm concerned.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was better than the way they even handled the Marvels.
Yeah, Triggs. What? Gauging it from all the other, projects. I guess MCU shows, where would you put this? Mid tier, high tier, low tier?
Mid tier.
Mid tier.
Yeah.
All right, I can take that.
Yeah,
because I'm not gonna say it's low tier. Like I won't say it because like I don't agree with that. I'm gonna say and like I'm saying mid tier, and not out of respect for you or respect for anyone else. Like the action sequences were fun. Were really really fun. Yeah. I like that. And I'm not gonna say tricked because I feel like that's such a negative word to use in this connotation or in this context. Hold on.
Right. No, I'm gonna let you go. I think it's a right word though. Because you might have been tricked going into this.
Yeah. No. What I mean tricked as in like, and I say this in like, I was like, because this may not be the correct word to use for this particular context, is that I had to watch the show because there was so much sign language, so I had to be watching. Because like, if I don't watch the screen, I can't fucking hear anything. Sure. So like, I have to watch. Like it made me engage. So thus the trick, but like, I don't want to use it in such a negative context. That's what I mean.
True. I get that.
So, but like, nonetheless, I binged it all in a day. Like, no shit, binged it all one day. I saw it all, and I was like, dude, like, I wasn't as hot. Like, I didn't get as what I wanted out of it, but only because the previews made it look way different. Okay, and so I know myself enough to that I should have not like given myself that expectation.
Let me ask you, coming off of the Hawkeye show, okay, what were you expecting, Triggs? What were you expecting?
Said, like I would like coming off the Hawkeye show and what I saw in the previews are two completely different things.
I'm asking you, what was it?
Yeah, okay, well, to answer your original question, coming off of Hawkeye, nothing. Coming off of the previews that I was given of Echo, I was expecting, a cross between Punisher and Daredevil.
Okay,
like a more gritty.
Yeah, like, and I've said this before, and like, and I'm gonna die on that hill. And like we were set up for that. We didn't get that. We got a PG fucking 13 show that was told us to fucking turn on TVMA.
Well, so
they shot one girl in the face, dude. Sick. Thanks.
For me, what was crazy is I kind of compare this to the Daredevil Netflix series to Defenders. Like that, we were expecting something closer to the Daredevil series, but we got the Iron Fist series or the Defender series where it was a lot more watered down and them trying to like blow up some type of story that didn't really matter. And then just like some okay, like I would say mid-level action. I think the fight scene between her and Daredevil was good. the silliness that ensued in the roller rink area was like really weird. That was like super like, but then again, I just kind of chalked it up that we're like those 3 people that were trying to hold him were like just like hillbillies, and they weren't like, you know, gangsters or whatever, like that kind of knew like how to treat people wrong or whatever. They just wanted to get paid. And then everyone else was just like your typical Spider-Man henchman trying to rob a bank, like just real silly shit, right? But the only thing that bothered me the most, and this is just me, is Kingpin is such a prolific villain in the MCU. And I just feel like they just did not utilize him correctly. That's it. That's been my biggest thing. And even Vincent D'Onofrio in a thing was like, they gave me a story and I had to make it work. That's my job as an actor.
Okay, well, you can't say that and not give examples. Like, what did they do that you didn't like?
Easy. This Kingpin was the Dollar General version Kingpin compared to him in the Netflix series. In the Netflix series, he was a fucking animal.
Okay, so then why wasn't that your same take from the one in Hawkeye?
Punisher?
That's in Hawkeye. No, I'm talking about
Hawkeye. He was dumb. He wore a Hawaiian shirt, white suit, like got hit by a car, got shot with an arrow. Like he throw the chick, like Kate Bishop, like
he got hit by the car
very weirdly. Like,
I got it. But that was, I mean, I was here. You didn't have those trepidations.
But we only have one episode of him in that series. This one we have multiple episodes. They get to kind of like flesh him out, and then for them to kind of come in and say, "Yeah, 100%, the Netflix series is literally this universe." Like, this is the Kingpin. This is like, they even brought back Froggy and the chick for the Daredevil series that's coming out. And they're like, yeah, the Netflix series is canon for the MCU. Like, well, they're 100% in. So all those characters that are in that universe are in this universe. They're just going to be like, I guess, like introduced in probably like the Daredevil series and just the buildup and stuff. But this character of Kingpin is not the same character as the Kingpin in the Netflix series.
I'm going to agree with you. I don't think it's a great interpretation of what Kingpin is or could be or even should be. But I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it. Again, I'm a Vincent D'Onofrio fan. I don't think there's been a role that he's been in that I don't like, to be honest with you.
True that. Yeah, true that.
So I enjoyed it. And again, with our expectations being so low, I think that they deserve some type of recognition
and praise
for what they got. I don't want it just to be a shit fest on this, because honestly, if you go on the internet, if you go on social media,
everybody's shitting on it.
Not even, I don't think so. I think a lot of people are giving it more praises than anything. Like, I think that a lot of people started off trying to shit on it, and it's turned into, well, you know what, that wasn't that bad.
But you know what? Like, you can tell me if you disagree with me or not, but I think like a lot of the praise is coming from what Trigger said earlier, because he established it early in the conversation, which is like, good on how they treated the actors and how the actors came through, and them appreciating and working alongside people with disabilities and the Native American culture and representing that. Like, I think those aspects are great. But if you remove that as what the production and the company should do on how they treat people, and only treat it as a show on its own, like, I think the pacing was a little bit off. The character, the main actress, I think, like I said before, I think she just needs a little bit more time, because this is her second biggest acting gig. You know what I mean? Ever. She's never done acting before. So she's learning about like how to express more emotions and how to like, because again, because of her disability, it doesn't allow her the opportunity to really like use her hands to explain what she feels. She's going to have to use those acting abilities to kind of portray different emotions. And, you know, as an actor, that's what separates good actors from bad actors. And I think, but if you remove all of that stuff on the production quality of what they're supposed to be doing to make a good series, compared to the way that they used the characters and then what they did with the character herself, and the way they used like the What If series, even though that's never been established character before, and then to establish that even though she's never explained or anything that there's a superpower, now has an established superpower that has never been explained before. Like, it's very confusing. Yeah, it's a lot. It's just a lot.
It's a lot to ask for the viewers to take in. Yeah. I get that. I have a quick question. So the last show from Marvel was Secret Invasion, right?
Yeah.
Secret Invasion as opposed to Echo. Which one would you rather watch?
Echo. Yeah.
Echo. I just think that needs to be highlighted here. I think
no. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, it's like I said. Like, I think
being that this is a show that no one really gave a fuck about. Let's just call it spade a spade.
Yeah.
No one really gave a fuck about this show, and
we think of it as that.
I said my one.
Yeah.
Like, he was like, "Shout out to Brian. Let's call a spade a spade." That's like your word. Can make a shirt.
Like, let's call a spade, bro. Like, no one gave a fuck about this show, and the fact that
it came out and did some stuff.
It came out and did enough to where it wasn't a complete bomb. I think that needs to be acknowledged.
Yeah, no. I agree. And then not only that, like, I think it's great that Marvel is finally going out there and acknowledging different cultures.
We're talking about a show called Secret Invasion, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Like, that's one of the most prolific Marvel stories in this entire publication.
That's how bad they shit the bed on that one.
And it had like
I'll never rewatch that show ever.
Dude,
and
I won't do it.
Hitters, dude.
And mind you, out of all three of us, I think I was the only one that actually liked that show.
Yeah, you kind of dug it a little bit.
Like, I actually liked that show.
But like,
I was like, I would do, but and I said, and I'm going to say this again, and because I said that for Secret Invasion, you have to pick and choose your scenes, and that's the only saving grace of every episode was one or two scenes for the last whole fucking season.
Listen, the last episode was egregious. That was just beyond out of pocket.
That was a 6-year-old who had the fucking writing, who had the pencil, and was just like, "We're gonna do this."
Bro, they even
and Kevin Feige read that and he was like, "Send it,
boys." They even killed Maria Hill in Secret Invasion, and this is still a better.
I didn't mind that. I know that you had a really big problem. Like, you were hung on that. Like, you had a really big problem
because she's a big character, but they even killed her, and this show's still better, dude.
Yeah, honestly, I like that show. I think I was on board, and I was ready to down the hill until that last episode. That's still kind of
dude. You were like holding out. You were like, I gotta do it, man. I gotta hold out. And then the whole Gaia, and then the whole Gaia episode happened, and you were like, fuck this show.
I can't do
fuck
it.
This show.
You know what? That's kind of like what happened here, where all of a sudden she had like these like crazy spiritual, like, it's way more than the whole Native American thing, because it goes to like Indians and aliens now interacting with like cosmic beings, and then doing the finger thing on King. Like, what does that do to Kingpin now? Like, they heal him? Like, he doesn't have trauma anymore. That was like his whole thing, was like he wanted to beat his father with a hammer.
Yeah,
like that was like his whole like that was his like Ben Parker moment, I guess you could say. Like, did that mean he's healed and now he's just a dude? Like is he going to be a softer character now going forward? Like, you know, it's interesting because I don't know what it all means. Like 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 I've said before, like, this character doesn't have that ability in the series, like in the comics. So like I don't even know what the fuck's going on. Like, where does this put her in the rest of like the landscape of the Marvel universe?
But I think you could say that about the last
20 series, man.
However many series or characters that we've been, like, we're like, again, we could have this Gaia? Exactly.
But that's the thing.
As of right now, where stands, Gaia is probably the most powerful
character
entity in the MCU. Entity in the fucking,
like, hands down, like, not even close.
So like that's the problem, is like, I don't think anybody beats Gaia, not even Thanos, dude. Like, there's no way.
No, because she already has his powers, whatever the fuck they are. She's got them.
Like, there's no way. Like, what do you bring now? This goes off of the problem, like in the comics that I'm always talking about. Like, there's a world-ending situation happening every weekend in the comic books. Like, bro, just kill yourself. Like, wait, what do you live there?
Question: did you guys touch on the Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man?
Yeah,
a little bit. Yeah. We talked, but go. What did you want to hear? I know you were wanting to talk about.
No. So I reserved my copy. I'm picking it up on Tuesday.
Damn, man.
And so
good shit, dude. Good shit.
But like, that's the physical copy. I read a little bit of the digital copy. It's a little bit slow. I think it's setting up a lot.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Moving forward, but I also, after this, the only reason why I bring this up is not to talk about the comic, which again I think is going to be great.
Yep.
But a question was posed on Twitter recently after this dropped, and we talked about this here, and a lot of people were questioning or wondering whether or not Hickman should just be hired by Marvel and Disney.
Absolutely.
That was something we've been talking about for.
We talked about this already.
Even when they dropped the idea of like we talked about it when we talked about the Russo brothers, like who should write and direct Secret Wars.
Jonathan.
But we're talking about like,
we were like, bro, why don't they just bring in Hickman? Why are they doing all this fucking runaround shit?
Yeah.
Like, but they won't do it because then it applies to them like something about money. But it's like, dude, why is money a factor now? Like
the thing about that is that he is such a brilliant mind for comics and for what comic book lovers want. That pays in itself. You don't have to copy some other arc that was already made up or something that's already done.
Yeah, do that like you know, like the trendsetter, dude. That guy's an arc maker.
He's an
like
arc
that.
maker.
Yeah, that guy solidifies himself as like one of the greatest writing, like one of the greatest writers Marvel has ever had in its arsenal.
I don't think
in its entire publication.
Who's even close to him though? As far as I'm
the old school writers, like
Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, even Scott Aaron.
We're talking about but those are like titans though.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
What but at the same time, like Jonathan, but Jonathan Hickman, or even Frank Miller, Frank Miller, and even
everybody looks at him like.
But that's also saying that, like, dude, Jonathan Hickman is glad
him.
Is him.
Him.
You know, and what I'm gonna say to that is the reason why they don't bring him on is because we talked about this before. Is that they don't want to use the resource material. They want to move away from the comic books and do their own thing.
But then who better to do that than someone that can do that?
Or even just say we're gonna go with his format. Like we're not gonna change anything. We're just gonna write it into a script and we're gonna go.
I rarely ever agree with Brian like this, but he makes a very strong point. Yeah, then why not give the reins to the guy who literally does that every time his fucking pen touches the paper
for a living? Like this is what he does for a living.
I guess it's because he probably doesn't do script writing.
Yeah, and that's true. Like script writing to storyboard writing are two completely different animals. And I've said that before.
Maybe, but like the learning curve is probably like this. Yeah, cousins maybe.
Cousins.
Honestly, what I would do is I would make him an executive consultant, and I would have him in every single war room.
I've been talking about that for years, dude.
And honestly, dude, and if they were like, who would you bring in? Jonathan Hickman.
Why is he not in the writing board? Why is he not in the room?
Why is he not in that room?
He could be what's the guy for Star Wars?
John Filoni.
He could be Filoni. He could be the Filoni of Marvel, dude. Like he could be
the Favreau, or the Favreau.
Favreau.
I think that should have been something that they established from the very beginning, because that goes off of like the Fantastic Four story, the Astonishing X-Men story from a long time ago. Like all of these were great starting points that they could have like established and had these guys in the rooms with them. Can you imagine if Hickman would have been a part of Marvel during the first 10
Civil
years?
War?
Well, no, the first 10 years. Like
I specifically think of Civil War. I think that even though I love Civil War, that's probably like my second favorite Marvel movie of all time.
Fair.
Like this is one of my second favorite, but I think like that was something that you could have had him right then. From that point moving forward, you could have had him right then.
True, man. That would have been like, dude, that would have been. But that's been my biggest concern ever since we talked about this before. Like with the whole like the Thor Ragnarok story, the Planet Hulk, the World War Hulk, like now getting into like the Thunderbolts and establishing Century and them Fantastic Four family, and now. That's why I always said, like, I'm waiting for that moment for Secret Wars, because I know they're going to mess it up, even though we know that the comic book is like, it's literacy masterwork. Like it's great.
I'm going to say something. I'm going to say something and you guys are going to laugh at me because I've shitted so much on the Russo brothers, but with the direction that Marvel's been going on, if you're going to do Secret Wars,
it wouldn't be that bad.
I
might need what they did with
hitters. Bring in your hitters.
I might need them. Even with Extraction 2 and the Gray Man.
Bring in your hitters, man. All I'm saying.
I might need them. I mean,
and it's not the fact that they're like super, like it's like I said before. It's not the fact that they're like some amazing directors or whatever. but it's that they care. Like they just care about what they're putting out, and they're there because they know what the fans want.
And not only that, but they execute.
Yeah,
like that's like bottom line when it comes to Marvel films. They execute. Now what they do outside of Marvel, that's kind of where I have my problems with them.
And I totally understand why you feel that way.
Yeah.
Like I know that Extraction doesn't hit for everybody. It did for me. Both of them did. Like fucking perfect example. Fucking Chris Hemsworth's character is saved by a fucking ladder by a machine gun.
That was the best. That was the silliest.
Yeah, Chris he loves that
fuck.
shit.
You're fucking stupid. You're on drugs.
You say he loves
anyway.
That shit.
Oh my god. No, Zack Snyder should never ever be anywhere near my Secret Wars.
We all know about Zack Snyder, bro. Like, don't get me started. But yeah, no, dude. Like, honestly, I really think that at this point where they're going,
just do it.
Just do it because I don't want you to fuck this up.
Yeah, pretty much.
If you fuck up Secret Wars, this might be like a catastrophe.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
it would be it.
You all know what happens after. They're just going to do a reset and then.
All right, but then who's going to be interested in anything after that?
Yeah, but I think that's going to be like a fresh breath air because it's like, all right, cool, back to square one. Like, this like DC Universe, like, that's kind of something we're all kind of looking forward to, even though we don't know what to expect. But like,
when the fuck is looking forward to that?
But when that first movie drops, I guarantee there's going to be a lot of people because they're going to want to say like, oh man, it's either going to be like you walk into that theater and you're going to be like, this is going to fail. I'm watching it because I know it's going to fail. Or you're going in thinking like, hey, well, I'm going to go in because I want to see if they're going to do better. You know what I mean? But it's the thing of having like a fresh start away from everything else. But it's like that landing is so important for Secret Wars. If they establish it and it works very well and it hits really good, like the way Infinity War and Endgame did, you can have a definitive end to like the most historical movie moment in history, like the longest continuation story ever in cinematic history. And it have a definitive end from the beginning of Avengers 1 or Iron Man 1 all the way fucking 20 years later, just an entire series established.
Are you forgetting about Star Wars? Because that was 50 years in the making.
Yeah, but there was a huge 30-year gap in between.
It's still a continuous storyline.
True. Yeah, but 30-year gap. This is continuous all the way through and through. Like no nonstop. And we've seen it like fail.
Yeah, well, the 30-year gap did not pay off.
No.
Spade, right?
I think Triggs does make a point. They had a 30-year head start, so like their fan base is rabid, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon.
Well, they've been the most famished for content for years.
Yeah, so that's a different.
That's why it was so fucking rabid. But yeah, straight up, Echo was mid. Worried about the Marvel Universe.
It was mid, dude.
Like it's okay. Listen, I get it.
No, it's just my opinion. I mean, of course. I'm from the Chihananita tribe. I know exactly where my historical roots are in the Native American culture. Fair enough. I'm not the target audience. That's what I always say about everything. Maybe I'm not the target audience because I wasn't that big of a Miss Marvel fan, but in the Marvels movie, I was a big fan of hers. I thought she did great. Maybe I'm not the target audience for this film, but
that's progress, bro.
Yeah, it's
about a year ago.
Progress. Congratulations.
About a year ago, we would have never have gotten that revelation from this guy.
Yeah, congratulations. And we're happy for you, dude.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a positive. Like I've done
look at you being objective, dude. Congrats, dude. Look at you, dude.
I have to, bro. I have to. It's like
Are you trying to take my thing of being objective, dude? Are you taking my thing?
My biggest problem is I know what they're capable of and I expect more. That's it. That's the only thing. Like if they don't get it, they don't get it.
There you go.
When they lose
there we go.
But you know what? I noticed this is just the way I've kind of seen things online is there's so many more people that are hating just to hate. And I want to encourage people to not just
now
hate.
Realizing that?
No, like not realizing, but I've noticed that it's more. Okay. That before things come off, before things come in, if it be like a little snippet of Ryan Reynolds rolling with Wolverine on a cell phone, someone's gonna be like, look at that fight scene, it fucking sucks. This movie's trash. Marvel is dumb, and it's like, hey, dude, like Stop, bro. Like, where did they touch you? Like, point to us on the bed where they touched you. Like, no, dude, like, you don't have to hate just to hate because it doesn't follow the same format or whatever it does for you. What's up, Del? Good to see you, my man. It doesn't have to hate in those type of formats. Like, you have to allow it to breathe to be able to tell if it's good or bad. If you're going to break something apart and be an actual reviewer, like, talk about the good, talk about the bad, and then we go from there. That's all we've been establishing for so long. Like, I don't want to come out here and be like, nah, fuck this Echo bullshit or whatever. I think she's cool. I think she's all right. Like, I think the actress did an amazing job. She's so tall and like just like hulking. I think she's so cool. But like even and then in the concept, you look at it. I'm a martial artist. I've been doing martial arts my whole life. And I've worked with people with so many different types of body sizes and stuff. And I've worked with people with disabilities and people that are amputees and stuff. It's hard for them to move and do things. And she moves very well for a person with an amputee. She does cool shit. Like there's parts in my that I'm looking and I'm like, there's no way. There's no way she's an amputee. But I mean, she is. She literally is. And they're pulling it off. And that surprises the crap out of me in a lot of stuff. Yeah. So like there are things that I get from this. Like, are the fight scenes as good as fucking Tony Jaa? No. You know, are they as good as Jackie Chan? No, but that's not what they do. Like this chick has zero experience in that.
Yeah, but like how many MCU fight scenes are though?
Yeah, of course. So they just have to allow it. Like most of the times, CG is used in every fight scene. You know, Captain America throwing a shield and doing a flip, and Black Widow flipping on top of buildings. Like all that.
And we're talking like those were like the heavy hitter movies where we got those type of scenes from. We're talking about a fucking MCU TV show,
and that's what I'm saying. Like, there's just so much like just legitimate hatred because of something that people don't agree with and expect it to fail in such a horrible way. And it's like, okay, we get it. Like, you don't like it, you're hurt. Like, oh, we get it. Like, but that's not the point. The point is to like, if you don't like something, like at least give us a reason as to why, and it be a legitimate. Don't just be like, well, because Kathleen Kennedy voted for President Ronald Reagan or whatever. I don't give a shit about that. Like, I just want good stuff to watch. Like just good stuff to watch. I was even thinking the other day, like, what if something that I watched was literally because it was meant for children, like literally meant for children, and I didn't like it because I'm just not a kid anymore. It's like tricks, bro. Like they used to be shapes when you were a kid. Now they're like little balls because you're an adult, because they're not meant for adults. They're meant for kids. Tricks are meant for kids.
Before we leave, I Vince is asking a really good question. Does this show, the Echo Show, make you hyped for the Daredevil Reborn show?
It makes me concerned.
Wait, why?
The only concern that I'm probably sure that this is going to lay in.
You're on board with that?
Well, I mean, no, I'm not saying that, but I understand it because of the fact that they're telling us what they want to give us, which is like the NC-17, the little bit more grittier Netflix series, and this series was supposed to be that, or at least a touch base into it. And the Echo series did not touch in that same format. Of course, a different storytelling, a different pace for the character, not Daredevil, not Punisher, but like the Daredevil show, I have a little bit more expectation for because, you know, they're at least the Netflix series is canon. Charlie Cox is on board. All the actors are on board and stuff like that. And the same thing with John Bernthal coming in as the Punisher. I'm very excited about that. But we've seen in the last 5 years in comic books what they've done to the Punisher character because of his symbol, what they've done to the character to fucking destroy it. Because I don't know if you understand what I'm talking about, but like they recently like did a whole bunch of stuff where they like brought back his wife. They made it to where she was going to leave him and cheat on him. She was banging someone else and she came back to life and instantly left him. And his whole entire story was all a revenge story because he did not want evil to do to him or to others what they did to him, and he wanted revenge for like his kids and wife, and they were going to leave him originally because he was a piece of shit husband and no one loved him. Like then they took the symbol and gave it to like a Japanese dude, and then they said the symbol was racist, and they did all of this stuff just to take this character down. Where does that go to show what they're going to do to the live action when it comes out?
Okay, I don't think it's fair to already penalize a show that we haven't seen because of whatever. But Triggs, what's your reservation? You think that you're not anticipating?
Yeah, he's a little bit more stern about it.
Yeah, what's that?
Because, like I said, we were given the expectation for Echo to be a little bit more gritty, a lot more like tougher on the TVMA. This was a PG-13 TV series. Sorry.
Okay.
You know, with Daredevil Reborn, I know that originally they said that like this was gonna have absolutely nothing to do with the Netflix series. Then they canonized the Netflix series. So there's a lot of stuff going around, a lot of moving parts. A lot of people are saying so many different things. Now I get it. We haven't seen the TV show. We haven't seen a preview. We haven't even seen a fucking teaser for it. So my reservations will still be held until I can at least see all of that. Thus my concern.
Yeah.
So many things have changed. We were given one thing when it came to Echo that had Daredevil in it. Like whether he was prevalent in it or not, we had at least what I would like to think of as a small basis or a template for what we could be getting in Daredevil Reborn. If this is what I'm getting, okay, then I have my expectation for it. But I would like to think that I'm going to get somewhat of my Netflix, series because you just fucking canonized it. So,
Brian, I got a question for you because this is what I got to ask Trigger Area about it earlier. How did you like the way they used Daredevil in the Echo series?
It depends. If this is how they're going to use him for Devil Reborn,
no. Just in reason, like how they used him as like the cameo, and then
that's what I mean. Like if that's the Daredevil that I get in Daredevil Reborn, I think we're going to be okay.
He's kind of he's all right. He was attitudey, and it was gritty a little bit with the fighting, and
yeah, I think I'm okay with it. My only issue is that I do agree with you guys. I just wanted to pose the question because, like, behind the scenes, Daredevil Reborn is like a shit show. Apparently, like they're doing a lot of reshoots. Yeah, it's like they're doing a lot of reshoots. They don't like it. It's not getting good test screenings. So it's a shit show. But just based off of Echo, the question was, does Echo make you excited for Daredevil? But if the answer is no, I don't think that's fair, because I think again, me being not objective, but just my own personal opinion, I like Echo. So yeah, if you're asking me based off of Echo, if I'm looking forward to Daredevil Reborn, just taking away from what I know about Daredevil Reborn behind the scenes, though.
True that, boys. Overall, how was your weekend? Before we head out, you guys did a good weekend. Brian, how was your Dallas Cowboy trip last week? I know Dallas Cowboys didn't probably do too good today, but how was the last week? How was the last week?
I had a great time. No, I had a great time. It was great. I got drunk and saw some football. Hung out with
dude, I really wish you had called us from the game and been like, "Oh, fuck that."
See, and I, you know what? I said it in our chat. Yeah. I don't want to get you guys canceled. Once I have a couple of libations in me, dude, all bets are off, man. Like I can't.
I love the diction there. With the libations.
This is basically in this. I still have a dirty mouth. This is about as PG as you're gonna get from me.
Yeah.
It's all downhill from here, especially when I drink.
Funny.
So yeah.
But overall, good experience and stuff.
Great time.
Awesome.
I had a great week. Everything's great. It started the new year off great. I'm happy to be alive, breathing.
True that.
We're all good, man.
A lot of crazy stuff going on this coming week. We got the fucking vortex weather. Don't know if your guys.
Yeah, aren't you guys in like a freeze or some shit like that? Aren't you guys?
We will in a couple days. We will be.
Yeah, Tuesday and Thursday it's supposed to hit, or Tuesday, Wednesday it's supposed to hit us the hardest.
Yeah,
but it's barely supposed to get down to like the 30s, dude. Like I know that
is so wild that it's considered like a freeze to you guys. It's like fucking 10 degrees today.
One of my fighters who lives in Arkansas sent me a video today, and they're like snowing, bro, like super bad. And then I sent him a video of us, and it's like 70, high 70s today. I'm just sitting on the porch with the sun out, and he's like, "Bro, that's so stupid." Like
it's just snow on Tuesday. We're getting snow Tuesday and Friday, bro.
Yeah. So is it supposed to be pretty bad for y'all? I'm guessing it is because you guys are on the higher part.
Yo, dude, it was so cold today, bro. And not only that, but it was windy as shit, so it made it like 10 times
worse.
It was miserable today out there, man.
Yeah,
miserable.
Well, our weather's not as bad as your guys, but considering for us in our territory, like it's going to get really, really bad. And so we had a freeze over a couple years ago that kind of like hit us all in the wrong spots. I think this year it'll be like a little bit better. People are more prepared, but like Probably no snow, no ice, no nothing like that. Just a lot of like really crazy.
Everybody's like, it's gonna snow, and I'm like, there's no fucking moisture.
Like,
it's not gonna snow.
Toilet paper and water right now, Brian. Everybody's toilet paper and water, so it's going nuts over here already. But yeah. Other than that, yeah, brother, it was a good week. Everybody did good. This week is supposed to be that snap, so everybody just be careful. Yeah. Brian, it's good to see you back in the comment or good back in the video, man. We miss you.
Yeah,
man.
Listen, man. I got home a little bit early. It was super dead at work. So when I got off, I said, you know what? That's why I asked if it was the last topic. Sure. You said yes. I was gonna say no, but then I heard you guys just shitting on my show.
Yeah. You were like, let me get on this real quick.
I gotta get on and I gotta show them some love.
Hey, I just want to get you to say it real quick so that way people can hear it. But like, tell us what's going on with your Sundays, like your schedule and stuff, like so that way people kind of know.
Yeah. So I want to buy a house soon. So I needed an extra job. So what I wanted to do is I went back to the hotel I was working at prior, and picked up basically a second full-time job.
Nice.
So now I have a day job, I have a night job, and I've just been doing that. Sundays are kind of those are non-negotiable at this job. So I could do what I do. If I get out a little bit early, maybe I can make the show, maybe I don't. But if it were up to me, I'd be here every fucking Sunday. I love chopping up with you guys. I love hearing you guys' voice. I love arguing with Triggs. It's like the highlight of my fucking week, to be honest with you, man. Like I love this shit. So, but yeah, if I can get on, I'll get on.
And Brian, I just want to ask, like health wise, dealing with the two almost full time jobs, like you said, like is it pretty rough? Like, how are you feeling, man?
If you can't hear my voice, man, I'm good, man. I'm great. I've my body has gotten acclimated to working damn near fucking 20 hours a day. Yeah. It's like 20 hours a day, 22 hours a day. So my body's acclimated. I feel great again. Like I have a whole new outlook on things that I want, and I'm good.
By chance, and this is just shooting it in the dark, man.
What's up?
Is there ever a chance that we can get Brian D from New Jersey, the Jersey boy down in South Texas, to stay?
So I actually have a chance probably in February, which I was going to talk to you on the side about, but let's talk about it here. Fuck it.
I didn't even know it.
Yeah, I was talking about it. There's a good chance in February. I have about a 3-week gap where I'm going to try to get a few trips in. And I'm gonna try to make it down to South Texas to see.
Let's make it, man. Let's make it happen, dude. And again, none of that crazy fucking
brother, man. If that's the case, I will dedicate this whole fucking room to this podcast.
Oh, well, fuck it. Let's do it, man.
We're gonna bring you down, man. We're gonna bring you down. It'll be good, and we'll take you to all the good places. None of the bad ones, I promised. So
fair enough,
brother, man. I will also bartend for you my craft cocktails.
I was gonna say, listen.
Good craft cocktails.
My only stipulation, and no, Chris, it's not about you taking me to some.
Yeah, we're gonna go for real food this time.
My only stipulation is that Triggs makes me a drink at his bar. That's it. That's my only stipulation.
Can do, will do. Can do, will do.
Gonna make it.
Fuck it, dude. Your first round's on me, my guy.
I'm definitely gonna get a drink from Triggs. I gotta see what the hype is all about. All right, I gotta see it. I gotta see it.
And then just shooting this in the dark, is there ever a possibility you'd consider ever wanting to move to the South Texas area and get away from all the crazy weather and hype?
You guys are just too far from.
Is it crazy? Is it a crazy distance?
Existence for me. Listen, I am a northern guy. Like I need shit to be fast paced. I need
that's
at my fingertips. Like I am used to that. I tried it for a little bit. I lived in Texas for a little bit, and I was a little bit in northern Texas. I just can't get acclimated to it. It's just not me.
That kind of chill living's not good, no.
It's not. It's good to visit. It's good to see you guys. I have family in Texas. I love Texas, but I by heart I gotta be up north, man.
Hey man, I respect that, dude. I respect the shit out of that.
Hell yeah,
like it takes a lot for somebody to just be like, it's just not my place, dude.
It's just not me.
Yeah.
But straight up, can't wait for February. If we get the opportunity to bring you down, like we said, I promise you, we're gonna take care of you when you come down. We're gonna take you to the good places, man. We're gonna see some cool stuff. It'll be nice. So most def, Brian, thank you very much for jumping in with us. I know you're a busy man, and so good to have you on the show when you can. Triggs too, brother. Thank you for coming, doing this every week. I know you're pretty busy too with the bar and stuff like that too. But
dude, yeah, man, I'm always there, dude. Always there.
And to everybody that's still with us here, I want to say thank you to all our fans and people that jump with us on Sundays. We know sometimes, like right now, we're a little bit late, but it's okay because Brian jumped in, and it's totally worth it to have the extra time in here with you guys and with Brian too. So want to give a shout out to, of course, all the fans, to all our extraordinary listeners. Thank you so much for tuning in with us every Sunday. We appreciate every one of you. We hope you stay safe, stay warm. That cold weather's coming in on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Be safe, and like we said, if anything happens, make sure you reach out to your shelters and all that stuff. Don't do anything crazy, and hopefully
stop taking all the toilet paper.
Yeah, stop buying all the toilet paper.
Be nice to each other in the supermarkets, guys.
Yeah, man, stop that. Y'all stay safe, and we hope to see you guys again here next week, Sunday, here with the Average Boys Podcast. We appreciate every one of you. Thank you guys, and yeah, we'll see you again next week. Laters.